Hello everyone and welcome to the SunZ training event that they scheduled. Had a huge turnout today, tons of people wanting to watch, tons of people wanting to play. They've broken into teams of 3 and run a draft. And the Civs picked, we're going to go by team 1, 2, 3 here. Team 1 has picked Congo, which will be played by LDG 19, can't see the rest of his numbers, his name is too long, 1985. The second player for Team 1 is Monardo from KC, and he is playing Rome. And our third player for Team 1 is SunZ's Rolf. He is not locked in a Civ just yet. For Team 2, Nomad, he's playing Nubia. Sarge is playing Alexander from Macedon. And Yoshi is locked in the Aztecs in Montezuma. Team 3, Blaze, is playing as Russia. Carlos is playing Gorgo. Definitely the more aggressive of the two Greases. And Suck My Rocket is playing as Germany. We're just getting things locked in. The teams are figuring out exactly what they want to play. And this isn't as much of a competitive type event. This is a learning experience. But this also teaches them how well certain civs interact with one another and the synergy you can come up with between them. Rolf does decide to lock in America for this. If anyone watching does have any questions, the stream is live in real time, so by all means feel free to ask. I will answer them if I can, and I have no problem getting those questions to SunZ's staff running the event to get an answer if it's towards them. Doing a quick vote in the lobby to see if they want to try out one of the new rule sets that's come out in the league. It's not mandatory by any means in the CPO. It's just another thing that the lobbies can vote on, and that's raising city-states only. If you want to bash them, you can't keep them. You got to raise them, burn them to the ground. And it's picked up a lot of traction lately. It's become increasingly popular. Oh, it is not in effect, so you can do whatever you want with the city-states. Players are finishing readying up now that we got that little debate out of the way. We're just waiting on Monardo and Carlos and we'll be all set.
From the first stirrings of life beneath water, to the great beasts of the Stone Age, To man
And we
taking
got
his
Norway.
first upright steps, you have come far.
I do apologize for the lengthy load time. Because of the way the spectator mod works, it's looking at every tile individually on the map and is revealing them to me, which is what enables me to see the map and its resources. Of course, I can't see all the strategics because I'm technically a Civ at the very beginning of the tech tree, so I can't see the uranium or anything like that. I haven't unlocked it. Oh, the mod didn't work.
Hey, Sarnith.
Yo.
So I see what happened where you're actually in. So can I just can you explain your build order and stuff as you go?
Sure.
What's going on?
So when you downloaded the add-on and you made the game, did you click on mods and made sure it was turned on?
I'm fairly certain I did.
Okay.
And we rehosted twice. I know I did it. I know I did it at least once. I mean, are you just screwed? Is it not working for you at all?
No, it gave me an actual Civ and I can't see anything.
Okay, let's re-lobby.
Okay.
That's all right. We got fucked anyway. Our spawns.
Oh, jeez. Mine
Well,
was
we're
pretty
all
good.
away from each other. We're on each side of the map.
Oh, dude, I got hills, hill deer with woods, marble, stone. I got horses. That mod's always worked until just now, so I don't know what's up with that. All I can think is
A
that it
quick
wasn't
question
enabled.
about that starting. that starting area, would you have gone on that right where you were at? You would have planted?
I would have, but I would move the warrior up first, because in the tile up and slightly to the right was another hill that would have let me see a little bit further out to see if it was worth moving or not. But that start was awesome.
So, would you prefer to like build a city? Like, would you always want to build a city on top of a resource? So, say like oranges or whatever.
It depends on the surrounding tiles, because your city will eventually reach out to 3 tiles surround itself. And
what do we think? What do we think the problem was with the mod just now?
I don't think he turned it on.
Okay.
Mods. No, it was enabled. Still
Weird.
enabled. Nothing's changed.
Does it perhaps have to be Sarnith hosting? Is that the issue?
I don't believe so, but if I can, if we have to.
I mean,
How does it designate you as the?
It's usually
Designates
just
me as a
whoever's in the
spectator
last
by the
slot.
bottom slot. Because Canuck hosted a Premier Club game like a month ago, and I used this mod, and it was fine. Well, oh well. I'll try hosting it, see if that fixes it.
Everybody who's in the game, make sure you have auto-download additional content enabled.
It's a large map, right?
Person who joins the lobby, yes.
Yeah.
Every single person who joins the lobby needs to have that enabled if it isn't. And also, before we ready up and enter the game this time, just scroll down and make sure it says for you that the spectator mod is on at the bottom of the game settings. It should be in green. Is everyone cool to delete their folders and join the new lobby?
I'm just going to go and grab a quick coffee. I'll be back in two minutes.
Yeah, no worries.
Alright, I have the new lobby up as well, so...
Okay, I'll join first.
Alright, Rolf, go ahead.
I'll be right back.
Yoshi, do you want to join?
I still need to delete my files real quick.
Alright.
Blaze,
Blaze
you ready?
join.
Did Blaze say he was going AFK?
He's pretty vocal, so yeah, I'd assume so.
Okay, well, nobody joined just yet. Let's get Nomad in here if you're ready, Nomad.
I am not ready.
Okay, Carlos, are you ready? Oh,
He's deafened.
He usually ain't.
I had a pretty good start though, Rolf. I
I'm not
had
gonna complain about
hill
the
deer,
remap.
marble, stone, couple
Yeah,
of hills.
I had hill deer, but it was tundra.
Oh, mine was not. I was coastal.
Yeah.
I also had 2 crab. It's like, man, it's good capital. I mean, it's not Lucky Luke's quadruple hill spice start, but hey, I'll take it.
All right, Carlos is joining now.
All right.
Yeah, one of our team members had a full tundra coastal.
Whoa.
I was pretty screwed too.
Hey, I was a full tundra coastal as Aztec, but I had like 4 deers around me.
Carlos,
Yeah.
is in.
Tundra.
I was the tundra coastal bloody thing.
Nam's ready to join.
Monado.
So I
can
was
you join?
really upset when Sarnith said he couldn't see anything. I was distraught because I really wanted it.
Monado, can you
You're
join?
just like, what am I gonna do here?
Hey
Monado,
man,
you ready to
would have been
join?
3v3v3v1. Bring it on.
So let's get.
I already
Is
called
anyone
Monado.
joining right now?
I already called Monado in.
Oh, okay, cool.
And everyone can see spectator mode at the very bottom, in the bottom left corner.
Sarnith is hosting now, Sarge.
Like you scroll down on game summaries, go all the way down. You see additional content.
just coming, sorry. I was making a drink. Quick.
What's up, Carlos?
Who's in? Who's already in?
Sarnith, myself. Sarnith is hosting, so join on him. LDG, you got to stop doing that, man.
Oh, it just connected too.
You're bugging out the lobby, man.
I'm in.
Yeah, LDG's been disconnected because he joined before he was called in.
Oh.
Might as well
Okay,
restart.
Okay, I'll
this.
start again.
No.
All right.
Just stay.
I don't know. That could have been what bugged it out last game. The spectator
Yeah.
mode.
Let's re-lobby this. I don't want to take any chances.
Okay.
Everyone who was just in the lobby, please delete your folders.
Mm-hmm. Call me in last, please. I'm to be last, thank you.
Oops. Okay, the new lobby is up.
I'm still loading Civ, so
I'm ready to join.
Well, if you were the one calling people in and it was working for a while, so by all means.
crashed. Load? No, it's alright. Alright, I'm joining now. Yoshi, you ready? Join?
Yep, 1 sec. I'm joining on Sarnith, right? Alright, I'm joining right now.
Okay, Blaze, can you join?
Yep. Joining. Retrieving.
So we'll do the same teams, the same civs and everything. Okay, Sarge, can you join?
Can you guys load the teams up? Okay, I'm gonna step away for a second.
Okay, Carlos, can you join? Look at this guy, the pro. Okay, Nomad, can you join, please? You can't join? Okay, good. JK lols.
I thought you were trying to tell me he errored or something.
He's never panic.
Just walk around your house and knock on everything wood.
Alright, Rocket, can you join, please? Okay, Sarnith, could you add 2 more slots?
Oh, okay.
Do you want to wait till the last 2 are in before you swap with them?
Yeah.
Alright. LDG, can you join?
Oh wow, we're going over 10 people, huh?
It only gave us 8 slots for some reason. When you selected large, it was still
Oh,
8.
okay. Weird. Anyone else coming in?
Yeah, Monado, are you back?
Yeah, I'm just coming back. Thanks for waiting.
Join up, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine. That'll be fine, Sarge. It's not an issue.
I'm back.
Well, if I get a shit start this time, we have to relobby again.
Nope.
No, I might just accidentally DC. Oh no, I can't get in.
Alright, Sarnith, you'll need to swap with Monado. Monado, you'll have to swap with Sarnith.
What's right?
Click on my name and click swap. Pull the arrow.
Done. I click swap.
Keep clicking it.
It needs both of you to do it for it to work.
Like around the same time, unfortunately. Just keep doing
Ah,
it till
okay,
it works.
right. There you go.
There you go.
Sarnith and Drifter, change your difficulty to Prince.
It looks like Team 2. Yeah.
Oh yeah. LDG. Set your difficulty to Prince.
Oh yeah, I was going to ask. In online games, does that make a massive difference?
It
On
does.
Just
online
changes
game.
the city states.
Yeah, it makes killing city states a little bit harder.
Alright, so does
Oh,
everybody
really?
Bonus to you. Yep.
does everybody have spectator mode down the bottom? Green?
I'm
I'm-
blue.
I see it. Yep.
Oh shit,
I'm
we're
good.
doing 2.
Great.
Yeah. There
Okay.
you go. Awesome.
To apologize
Is
to
everyone good?
about the
Good,
delay.
good, good.
Hey, CPL Room
Good to
9.
me.
So this event is
Yeah.
To the
hosted
Batmobile.
by Clan SunZ.
Alright, that's
And
already
they're
up.
doing this as an
And hopefully it works
educational
this time.
run where they're
See you
going
in
to be
Team 1.
working with players from all
Yeah,
over
let's
that
move
have
to
shown
Team
interest and those that are watching in Twitch as well, and be answering their questions, helping them out with where to settle, why to settle those areas, what tiles are good to work on, micromanaging their citizens and their cities to get the most out of what the tiles they're working. They're teaching everyone as much about the game as they can to really elevate and raise the bar of skill within the community and within their clan. And for those of you who are just joining us, I apologize. This load-in will take an extra bit of time because of how the spectator mod works. And yay, we're Poland, the best of.
To the great beasts of the Stone Age, to man taking his first upright steps, you have come far. Now begins your greatest quest. From this early cradle of civilization on towards the stars. Pious Jadwiga, praise be to the glory of God, the earth and Poland. Most holy King, you will show your people the truth and the light, and they will move beyond to spread the word to others. Protected by great winged warriors, you will rise to meet any challenge you face with a devout grace unmatched by any other.
Everything is working properly this time. Oh, that is rough. Taking a look at Monardo's start here. We will try and track down each of the players. Has his Tundra start, has a one tile pass, but he does have very early double horses here. Well, he can't see this up here. This is a Tundra hill, so his settler can see out to here. It would be able to see this tile as well, except because it's a hill, it raises the elevation, so it's harder to see. I'll be very happy to see the horse and the sugar here in the marsh. A lot of food, super fast growth. The double pasture here will really help him out early to deal with this start, because Tundra is not that great, and they have this one food tile. It's pretty much dead. But he does have a 1-3 wooded hill that he can chop immediately, and then put a mine on afterward. So all in all, he can definitely make something of what appears to be this nothing. We're going to take a look for another neighbor. It seems he has some room. However, Rolf playing America here. Settler started here because it costs 2 movement to move into a marsh. So he is going to settle on this sugar on the coast here. His first city is going to have superb growth because of this. However, his surrounding tiles are not that great. You have 2 food here, that's pretty much dead for production. Have stone here, can't harvest it because, well, he'd lose too much, and he can't chop these trees either because he'd lose all the production in his city if he does. So it's definitely a rougher start there. It will clear the marsh, room 9, but the sugar will stay there. And sugar itself is a 4 food. The marsh just adds the extra one. Have Lisbon off to the side. Barrier Reef over here, that's a great expansion when we get to there. Wow, it's just the 2 of them on this chunk of the continent. Speaking of continents. Oh my goodness, America's continent is absolutely massive. That is terrifying. Oh, Rome's in trouble with that one. For those of you new to America, it gets +5 combat strength on its own continent. We will be bouncing forth and forth into the team's channels to hear them strategize shortly. You're right, they are. I guess Team 1's in a superb position then. Gorgo's up here in the north. Oh, look at that. Hill sheep, hill gypsum, gypsum over there. Not a hill, but hey, it's still good. He's gonna have really great production here. Nubia over here to the east of this barren desert in the shape of a U. Wheat for good growth, floodplains, tobacco, early pantheon there. Can expand into the 2-2 deer and the 1-3 wooded hill. That'll be great. Not the best start. His start's going to be pretty sluggish. Oh, oh goodness. Poor Germany. Looks like he'll be settling on the marble here. Oh, look at that 3-3 hill spice. Horses there as well for a strategic wooded hill. Lots of hills to work with. Tons of space between him and his nearest neighbor too, but he doesn't have amazing land. Aztec is all the way down here. All hills, some mountains for campus adjacency, marsh for growth, woods, rainforest here as well. Good chops definitely, and hills around to expand along with stone. Has a horse nearby the capital. Look at that. He'd have to aqueduct the city for it, or he could just buy into this and drop a +5 campus, dear lord. Russia down here, and the tundra will be tundra's actually really good for Russia. Double Mercury here for a science grab. There's a horse. Everyone seems to have horses near them. It'd be difficult to horse rush. Oh, look at that 1-4 deer. Macedon's super close to Russia. And everybody has horses. My goodness. Hill has wines there as well. Another hill, wheat for good growth. 1-3 woods, another 1-3 woods, horse, more hills. A lot of good tiles to scoop up for all the civs here. And there's Congo. Let's take a quick look here. Oh, stone on a hill. Could harvest it, mine the hill. Good stone there, tobacco. Gonna have fast growth to get into these rainforest tiles. Alright. And now we're going to take a minute and we're going to jump into Team 1's chat. See what they're doing.
That will give both of us the boost for it, Monado.
Yeah.
Is that Sarnith popping into our channel?
It is.
Hi, Sarnith. Welcome to Team 1. What do you think of our start?
It's a start.
Yeah. We got double horse in Washington and Rome. So LDG and myself are both going towards horseback riding. And Congo is going to go for his unique swordsman. So we should have very good early war capabilities.
Sounds like an excellent plan. What can you guys tell me about the reasonings behind why you decided to settle where you did based on the information you had?
Well, I had a coastal start and I couldn't see the fresh water straight away. I might have considered moving up to it and planting my cap for those 2 horses if I could see all that, but I couldn't see it initially. What I could see that sugar marsh tile. And sugar marsh is a really good plant. It destroys the marsh when you plant a city on it, but you're still left with a tile that has 4 food. So my cap now has 4 food, 1 production in the city tile. So it's going to grow quite fast. It will be capped by the by the housing limit that you get on coastal plants. So once it gets to pop 2, its growth will start to slow down until I build a granary or make some improvements. But I'm going straight for animal husbandry, so I'll get those cattle and horses online pretty soon and start getting my housing up. So that was my reasoning for Washington. With Rome, we saw an interesting situation here. It looks like we have either an inland sea on one side of him, probably on his west side, potentially, or it could just be that he's on a peninsula, and we decided to plant him on the one-tile pass there to give us a canal city. So if we need to go naval, we'll be able to move ships through that city from one side of the ocean to the other quite quickly. And if it is indeed an inland sea, that's good as well. We can plant other coastals around it and have like a naval sort of stockyard or something. But it's actually starting to look a bit like it's more of a peninsula there. So we kind of just took a bit of a chance on that one. However, his cat now has double horse and can reach all the good tiles that are in the tundra pretty much. So there's no sort of regrets there. As far as Congo goes, I guess Congo just kind of spawned in a good spot. He had plenty of resources around about. He was on fresh water. He's got, plenty of room, it looks like. There's a horse nearby. Hopefully we can find him another one. If not, we've got 3 people in the team and we've got 5 horses between us. So I think we're good for horses. Hopefully we're just as lucky with iron. Tribal village, yep, we're looking pretty good. So I think the start plants were all pretty straightforward. We didn't have anything too crazy going on. Now we're just discussing research and our early tech paths and of course our early build orders as well. So all of us on the team here are going scout first, and probably 2 scouts for most of us, maybe only 1 for Rome. It depends what that first scout uncovers. Payne's saying he's going to send a scout to search east. I guess we do want to kind of sort of see how close we are in terms of like what the land between us looks like, how easily we'll be able to reach each other, whether in fact there may be any enemies between us. We might have people from opposing teams in between us. That's interesting. Now we've only just now triggered the boost for continents. America's continent is huge. I've just turned on the continent lens. Rome's on my continent, and Congo has just uncovered tiles on my continent as well. So this is great news for us because America gets that +5 bonus when fighting on their home continent. And having a big continent is obviously great because it means I get that bonus in more tiles. That's enormous. That's a very large continent.
All right, well, thank you very much for sharing that insight with us. We're going to go ahead and we're going to jump down to Team 2 and see what they have to say about their decisions.
All right, we'll see you back here later.
Thank you very much. Hello, Team 2.
Hey.
Stop spying on this motherfucker.
So what can you guys share with those of us watching? What were your decisions with the information you had? Why did you settle your capitals where you did?
For me, I settled as Aztec. I moved down one tile because I saw some hills, and I assumed there were going to be more hills down here. And so I've got a couple 2-2 hills, which means, I'll have 5 production and 2 pop. And then once I get my 3 scouts, or my 2 scouts out, I'm going to go Settler and then probably go kill Yerevan, just because it's right there. And it's got 2 horse tiles.
I settled where I am because that little river bit, the lake to the south, I can then settle on the other side of it. So
yeah, and we also saw that there was a 1-3 gypsum south of his... that lake, that 4-tile lake, and he could, now that he moved up a tile, he can settle on the other side of the lake and be right by a 1-3 gypsum. And for Sarge, we saw a couple hills, so we were thinking, try and settle up there, but we had a minor mistake. We bought the wrong tile. No big deal. I mean, we have some gold. I think we could still be okay from that.
Anything else you wish to know?
No, that was all. What are your plans for research? How are you guys coordinating civics and research together to give each other the boosts that you get when you work in an alliance like this?
That's a good point, actually.
So
I think someone needs to research archery for me, just so I can spam some slingers and then upgrade them.
I think you just rush archery. I think it's probably faster for you to do that. Nomad.
Okay.
Just because it's probably easier for me to rush for bronze working, and then Macedon's going to do that as well, because you get your unique swordsman as Macedon, and then you go back and you get your unique cav units. So I'm going to be boosting for Sarge. So once I get to we'll see at bronze working who's closer, and then halfway one person's going to switch off, and then the other person's going to finish. And yeah.
All right, well, thank you very much for sharing that insight with us. I have no questions from the chat at this time. So good luck with what you guys are doing. We're going to stop in and see Team 3.
Yeah, thanks.
Ciao.
Either there's a big C floating around the edge, or there's this is like an H.
Hello, Team 3.
Yo.
Hi.
Hey, man.
Been discussing what resources to grab first, tech tree, boosting, things of that nature so far.
Yeah, excellent. Could you please share that with us?
So we were talking about Sparta. I was recommending he works the gypsum and the sheep first for the production, settling one city, and then going for those crabs. And he'll be heading towards naval, celestial navigation. Germany is going to be pushing into that north where the pin is. I don't know if you can see the pin or not. To grab all that copper. And he's also got 2 spice tiles, which is really nice. And then he's heading towards bronze working. And then I've got a lot of wine, some silver, but I'll be heading towards currency so we can all share boosts.
I can now see the pin, thank you.
Looks like it's a 6-tile desert, 6 tiles across.
Yeah, but I mean, I really wouldn't settle north. See what's over by that stone. You got some green over there.
Yeah, yeah.
As soon as you set a proxy, you'll be fine. You can just start pushing down.
A proxy? What does that mean?
Like, just your first city. If it's away from your capital ways, you can set up a trade route, and you can push units fast down there.
Okay, so you really think I shouldn't put my second city right by the horse tile? Actually, by the sheep tile, like north of the desert, on that fresh water tile?
The thing is, what you got to look at is Sparta's going to grow, and you're going to grab that copper and that horse for Sparta, and you're going to want that for Sparta. The only thing that sheep city would have is the sheep, and maybe some fish on the outskirts. The desert tile is going to really limit your growth, and your first city is very important. It's going to be your secondary.
Okay.
The other thing is we've noticed, Sarnith, we're very separated, so we're trying to figure out how we're going to get to each other.
Yes, it does certainly seem to be that way.
Well, looks like we met. Oh no. Macedon right next to you.
I'm cranking out a settler now. I'm just going to go and get that second city down.
Ah, nice. Looks.
Should I go for craftsmanship first or foreign trade? I've got the boost for foreign trade, but I don't have the boost for craftsmanship.
Sorry, I couldn't hear you for a second. What'd you say?
I was just saying I just got Code of Laws. Should I be going for craftsmanship or the Empire first?
Who's talking? Germany?
Yep.
Yes.
Well, I think you're isolated. It looks like you're isolated. I mean, they could be. I don't think anyone's going to be too aggressive towards you. So, thinking maybe go early Empire and then grab them. Because I mean, the only difference you'd make on that is you have a horse tile. So if you had like me, I have a really close neighbor, and I have a horse. So I'll probably go military tradition to get that 50% boost towards cavalry for defense, because that's Macedon. They're going to have a really strong advantage with horsemen. If I don't have horsemen to counter or at least match, I'll be dead. So that's the only time that I go off of the beaten path of getting the first governments.
Yep.
Well, thank you very much, Team 3. We're going to be stepping on out of here. We'll visit you guys again soon.
All right.
See you, man.
A lot of excellent input from all of the teams here. They're really coordinating, putting a lot of thought into things. And you can see just how beneficial it is to work with the people you're on a team with. Don't look at it as the three of you, 3 solo people against 3 other soloists. You need to work together and accomplish goals as one unit. You can boost each other's technologies, boost each other's civics, trade resources, of course, trade gold. These things are very important, add up very quickly throughout the course of a game. And this is turning out to be a beautiful city for Rome here. Absolutely beautiful. And they won't know it, but this extends all the way to the bottom of the map. You cannot get through with oceanic units here. So if he chooses to send galleys to scout this side, he will be able to get them back out. That's an excellent question, actually. Let's take a quick look. We're just going to go from the ones we're close to right now. So we're going to start with Rome and America and move from there. We're looking at Rome's land here. He has 4 pastures right off the bat between the 2 sheep down there, the 2 horses. So open sky would not be out of the question. That'd be +4 culture just off of 2 cities. They were talking about having him go naval, but the fishing boat pantheon would not really be realistic until he explores a lot more of the coastal areas. We could see a divine spark out of America. We could also see open sky from America as well for the same reason. A lot of early pastures. Divine Spark and Open Sky are generally the go-tos when it comes to this. Oral Tradition wouldn't be terrible either for... it'd be bad on this side. It'd be... well, I can't think of the other one. I want to say it's the Festival Harvest, which is +1 food. Off of things like chocolate and things of that nature. Because they divide a lot of the amenities in half and bonus resources. And half of them fall into Oral Tradition, which gives you extra culture for them. The other half fall into, I believe it's the festival harvest, where they get +1 food for each. For Gorgo, I would actually like to see God of the Craftsman, which is +1 production when mining over a resource. Because he does have double copper. He's going to have another copper in his capital. This city down here would have another 2 copper, so that's another +2 production for that city. This stone will get settled here on the river. If he mines that, that is another plus production. Let's look at Nubia. Nubia has quite a bit of marshes here, a lot of floodplains. Not a lot to the south though, and as we heard from talking to the teams, that is a point of interest to settle south, not north. But Lady of the Reeds and Marshes is +1 production to all marshes and floodplain tiles, if he wants to go that route. Otherwise, we're very likely to see a Divine Spark or Fertility Rites or things of that nature, just because there aren't a lot of great choices. But Nubia does have this tobacco, which means he will get a very early pick on Pantheon just by working that tile. We're going to zoom on over to Germany here. Germany has a lot of bonus resources here too. A lot of copper off to the east that he hasn't found yet. Cop 2 up north. He can buy out to a third. He can make another city over here actually, in order to get that copper as well. God of the Craftsman is actually really good, and it scales well throughout the game, because you're going to be making mines on niter and things of that nature, and that'll get +1 production as well from it. Iron, it's just absolutely wonderful and underrated in my opinion. And he is eventually going to discover all of this extra land. These are all hills. I mean, it's snow, but they're snow hills. So there could be iron on them, there could be niter, you never know. Divine Spark would actually be excellent for Germany if they choose that, because they believe Germany to be isolated. So that would allow Germany to sim city his heart off. Taking a look at the Aztecs. Stone. Only 1 pasture, 2 way out here. Couple of camps. Yeah, this would be no real defined winner based on his immediate area. I would lean toward God of the Craftsman, because I have a personal bias towards it, to be honest. I heard Philly mention it in one of his streams, and I started trying it out, and I absolutely love it. You just pick up all of this production, extra production throughout the eras, simply because as you're discovering these new resources, your 1-3 mine all of a sudden is a 1-5 or a 1-6. It's just absolutely wonderful. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. Left that up so you guys could see which one it was. This is an absolute must settle. Has to get us. You can get 2 settles on here actually. Yeah, you can settle here. Would be a good spot. You can reach out. Normally you just settle on either end here to max distance it and get it all, but it's really good tile scoops on here. Now, Russia's different, because if he wants to play Theocracy Russia, he needs to get the Aurora Borealis Pantheon. And I shouldn't say need, but he should. And it gives your holy sites bonus adjacency for tundra and snow tiles. And it'll give him a ton of extra faith generation from those lavras to fuel the Theocracy government purchases, if he wants to go that route. If he doesn't, Doesn't have a lot of bonus resources, so God of the Craftsman doesn't look that great. He does have 2 sheep down here. He has a horse that he can see. He's about to scout that sheep as well, so Open Sky looks pretty good for him as well. And of course, Divine Spark and Open Sky you pretty much cannot go wrong with, as long as you have a few pastures that you can set up to get something out of it. Let's take a quick look at Macedon here. Macedon's in a similar situation where nothing's really sticking out from just the capital. Open Sky was taken by America. All of his campuses will be giving +1 culture each, and that's going to be a big deal. He and his ally in Rome already being superb at early game culture gain, is really going to help fuel their civics and really push them along the civic tree. And that'll only further assist Congo because they're going to split how they're going to grab each of the civics. Like, someone's going to focus on the craftsmanship side, someone's going to focus on foreign trade, and that's just going to continue as the game goes on. And as they're completing, you get the boosts for it to all your allies. So they're going to fly through the civics tree if they can make the most out of that. Taking a look at Congo, he will not have access to open skies, but he didn't have a lot of pastures anyway. Has double stone, has gypsum here, rice, more stone to his north, lots of tea to his west, tons of stone to his west and north. So God of the Craftsman could be really good for him. He'll probably want to lean towards either Divine Spark or he will want to lean toward Open Sky, but Open Sky is already gone, but he doesn't know that. And once all the Pantheons are taken, we are going to go through and say, hey, why did each of you pick the Pantheons you did, to hear their reasoning as well, of course. Welcome to the stream. No good names. Nubia actually will find Congo here, his scout. Soon, depending on how they move around the bend. Lots of scouts coming out for Rome and America. They want to figure out exactly who is around, and they are going to be tickled pink when they see it as nobody. Well, it's not really that it's OP no good names, because you got to remember all of the teams get that. Have a settler coming out of Gorgo already. I know quite a few people are going to be wanting to work on that. He's improving his tiles, has his horse online, the sheep, so we can get that horse to his teammate down in Russia. Because Russia, as we heard, is going to be leaning toward horses and wanting to go bash someone's face in. Whether it's a city-state or it's a neighbor. Not a ton of land to work with, but does have Dead Sea, or Crater Lake, I apologize. Dead Sea's 2 tiles. And you can settle down here near or on this. That just further leans me toward playing a theocracy Russia as having a faith-based natural wonder near me. Oh, Russia are absolutely wonderful. Their unique unit is the Cossack, which replaces the cavalry, and it can move after attacking. It's absolutely wonderful because you just take a whole bunch of them. You get a bunch of horses, upgrade them to Cossacks, and the next turn when you're attacking, you cycle them out with the Cossack behind them, and you knock units down left, right, and center. It's brutal. Russia took Goddess of the Festivals. Now going over what we were dealing with just there. Goddess of the Festivals is +1 food for wine, incense, cocoa, tobacco, coffee, and tea. And that is after the improvement is on them. But there's only 1, 2, 3 wine. Surprised that was the pick there. Not a ton of wine to work with. Plenty of good natural wonders hovering around and about. It's a shame our Germany didn't get a Plains Hill Torres start. Oh, don't tell me you plan on moving this settler without a friend. For those of you watching, do not move your settlers without an escort. People in this league are absolutely brutal about it, and they will take your settler because it will be for free. If he gets caught, he's gonna be really angry. But Macedon did find Russia's capital. That's a big deal. Macedon might be able to declare and snatch that builder in a couple turns if he's not careful. Oh yeah. Team 1 is in such an excellent position right now. They know they're alone from all the scouting they've done. Rolf in America making 2 scouts. Rome made 1, had the warrior go around. They know there's no one out here, so he can afford to move this settler a few spaces out alone. I still wouldn't do it though. Congo here could get pinched if he's not careful. Team 3 is going to try and kill off Macedon early on. I wonder if the settler is going to come forward, settle Russia. Be an incredibly aggressive move. And once a war kicks off, we're going to be bouncing between the channels to hear the strategy there as well. Oh, okay. No worries, man. I got you. Thank you for letting me know. The Seagull Warrior moving around, scouting around. Nubia has a scout moving. Already getting those slingers ready for the eventual potato archer upgrade. I wonder if the settler is going to go down here to the river and the sugars, or will it go to the floodplains? Both really good settles. The floodplain settle looks bad because it's desert, but there's a lot of hidden potential there that you might not think about. All of these hills can have mine improvements. That wheat can be improved with a farm, and so can that one. There'll be excellent growth here. It is on a river as well for housing. Double copper up here as well. There's a lot of potential here, and it all depends on how you use it. And moreover, if he settles on one of these floodplain tiles, he can settle on the other side of this oasis, on one of these 2-2-1s. And if he settles here, or here, He'd settle here, so he'd be able to get all 3 settles in as well. And these tiles down here are not bad at all themselves. There's hills there, woods, even this wood's on a hill too. Stone can be harvested and mined upon, that can be chopped and mined. Oh, I agree, it's much better production here. But it seems like the team was leaning toward having him settle westward. I wonder how far out this settler is going. I expected it to go here. And for those wondering, this pin was set up to display to me while we were talking with them. And for those of you joining us that are just tuning in, welcome to the stream. This is SunZ's training event where they've taken anyone who's interested, broken everyone up into teams, thrown a very experienced member from SunZ with each team, and they're working with people on how to micromanage their citizens, for which tiles to work, which tiles you should improve first, where you should settle, why you should settle there, and really breaking everything down to get into the nitty-gritty decisions of the game in Civ 6 that really separate a lot of our amazing players with the rest of the great and good ones. We have what has been a little bit since we have popped in on each of the teams, so we're going to jump down to Team 1 and hear what they have to say.
Your city tile is going to get that anyway. You get more out of that tile by working it with a citizen.
I've got military tradition.
Right. Well, I'm going to go straight from military tradition. I'm 3 turns away from that. I'm going to go straight for horseback riding, and I'm going to get some horses, and I'm going to kill Carthage.
Hello, Team 1. How are things going?
Well, things are going great. I made a bit of a fuck up early in the game. I had a faith tile I could have bought very early and started working it for a quick pantheon, and I did not do that, which was silly. I didn't notice it until turn 8, because I was working a 1-2 tile here in my cap, and I could have been working a 1-2 and 1 faith tile, which I neglected to do. So I felt a bit stupid for missing that opportunity. However, it worked out all right in the end because I found a faith hut and I got an early pantheon anyway.
And what led to you taking the pantheon that you did? We all know that God of the Open Sky is an excellent culture pantheon, but why you specifically? Why not Rome, or why not Congo?
Well, Congo is hoping to get Divine Spark, because that's obviously an extremely strong pantheon for them. It synergizes really well with their unique ability. By the way, Congo, I would definitely escort that settler, because we know there are Nubian units floating around, and we don't want to take the chance that they're going to settler jack you. Apparently, we got 2 gold city-states. Oh yes, look at that.
And so I've actually just found a wonder above the city-state.
Yeah, yep. So
Great Barrier Reef.
We all get the boost for astrology because you found it, so don't worry about taking astrology. Although I think our Rome might be going naval this game, Sarnith, which is kind of interesting. It'd be good for our viewers to see that. So yeah, I took God of the Open Sky. As you can see, I've got 4 pastures really close to my first settles, and I'm getting 3 of them online right now. I've got 2 online already, and the 3rd one will be in 2 turns. So that early culture will really help me. Yes, it would have helped Rome as well. However, he's already getting quite a lot of culture just from being Rome and having those free monuments. And the other thing was Rome wasn't really that close to getting a pantheon, so we thought, you know what, first person on the team to have the option of taking a pantheon, let's get them to take it. It's a great pantheon. Everyone's going to want it. Let's deny it to the other team, as well as getting a lot of benefit from it. So that was the reasoning there. We're hoping that Congo will get Divine Spark, although it's not looking massively likely, unfortunately. He's only been able to get faith from God King Civic card. He hasn't got any other sources of faith. We've got one faith now from his second. Well, like we could get one faith from working that tobacco tile, but it's just a terrible tile and it's not worth working. So only God King at this point. Other than that, what's been going on? We're plotting out some settles now. We've got some pins marked for settle locations. We've got a pin up northeast of Congo's cap, which will be on the river and will control those one-tile mountain passes you see there. So we've found Nubia are up to the northeast. We know they're up there somewhere. So we're trying to just sort of put a settler out to kind of be in a defensive position against them. We've got 3 other potential pins for Congo to his northwest as well, out towards Hattusa, 1 on the lake and 2 on the river. So Congo has quite a lot of good early settles, 6 to 8 cities quite easily, I think, in his near vicinity. Rome is going to be going a little naval, we think. He's teching towards sailing right now, and he's going to spit out a couple of galleys to maybe get this shipbuilding boost. Just give me 1 second. I've got to just do a couple of things here.
No worries.
Why don't you just stop speaking? Just before I press enter for my Civic. Do I need to do state workforce? Just forget about foreign trade, isn't it?
No, you need foreign trade for that card I talked about, maritime industry. So get foreign trade.
Okay.
Thanks for boosting military tradition. It's one of the things we're doing here, Sarnith, obviously, is getting Rome as our culture sort of guru to get us civic boosts, all the civic boosts. So he's teching away for the various civics that we need and giving us the boost for them, because his culture is obviously way higher than ours. We were really lucky on this team. We had 2 people get the archery boost from a hut. So at first we were going to get Congo. We were going to get Congo to boost archery for us, as he was he got the boost from a hut. That obviously is a bit of a detour for him. Congo's natural tech path is to go straight for ironworking, so he can get the Congo bongos happening, the Nabenzi, whatever they're called. But then I found a hut with the archery boost in it as well, so I was able to get that for our team instead, which is even better, because I was going for archery anyway. I was already on my way there. Given that I have 2 horses, I wanted to get horseback riding as soon as possible and get some horses happening. So I'm about to improve my second horse. I've completed archery, and I've got 6 turns of research to do on horseback riding before I can start spitting them out. Bronze working's done for our team, so we all get the boost for that. You'll notice that I haven't actually taken that tribal village with my warrior, and I've done that deliberately. I'm going to get the scout to grab it instead, because the scout actually gets experience for discovering tribal villages. Normally I would just grab that tribal village as soon as I could, but given that I can get some extra experience for my scout from it, and scouts with America are actually decent. They're 15 strength on their home continent, so they're almost as strong as a warrior. I'm very interested in getting some promoted scouts. The scouts with level 3 promotion are actually ridiculous, and when they upgrade into rangers, they can be really strong. So yeah, we've got Rome heading for a settle now on that lake north of him. He's going to put a settle on the lake next to the wheat, and then he's going to put another settle over towards Washington on the sugar. So he gets a similar situation to Washington, Washington having the 4 food in the city tile. I'm basically going to leave all this space north of Rome for him. I'm not going to settle any more cities in that direction. I'm going to leave him all that space. We want him to get as many cities out as possible so he can get the maximum culture from all those free monuments. I'm going to be settling northwest up towards Carthage and up north along the coast in Congo's direction and Hattusa's direction. We have not met anyone else except Poland yet, and we don't know. Well, Poland is you, Sarnith, so that's not going to
master race.
Yeah. So we're looking pretty good here. We've got tons of space, only one enemy so far, and they're through a mountain pass. So we're in a very strong position, and we're pretty happy with our start. All things going well, I think we can easily win this game. I'm putting the settler lens on now, and I can still see a city nearby at Tusa. I think it might be a city-state. I can see some borders there. It might be a faith city-state. So that potentially is another target for America to kill with his horses. Lisbon, we're most likely going to leave alive because we like the benefits from gold city-states, obviously. We've got Zanzibar as well in the pocket. Zanzibar near Congo. Hopefully we can keep them away from other players. Of course, Congo is going to be getting his commercial hubs and theatre squares online as soon as possible to maximise on those benefits. So the scout just picked up the hut and got another scout.
All right, well, it sounds like things are really going great for you guys. You got a really good plan going, it seems.
There's another tribal village. This is ridiculous. I've got so much space here.
You guys are just romping through these villages. I've had one.
Well, unfortunately, you had a pretty bad start, Rome, in terms of location. However, we've managed to turn that into something good, I think. Interesting strat, sending that builder to the crabs. Are you going to improve 2 of those crabs there?
I was going to do 1 because I thought, well, I've got nothing else with the builder to do right now.
Well, my advice is to improve both of them. Has that builder got 2 charges left?
It's got 3 charges.
Great, yeah, improve both those crabs. That'll give you the boost for celestial navigation. You can start getting harbours later.
All right, Team 1, well, good luck with your game. We're going to go ahead and bounce down to Team 2.
All right, good on you, Sarnith. Take it easy.
Hello, Team 2.
What's up?
And how are things going for you guys?
Well, how do you think they're going? That's the question.
I have to abstain from that because I know too much.
Yeah, makes sense. It's going good, I think.
You're a pretty decent lad.
You see us right by Russia, right?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, we're gonna have him kind of squish him and corner him into making a bad second city or back settling. We took away his horse tile, which is really nice. I think he should have bought that, or at least had known that we were going towards him. We're gonna get a builder out in Pella, and then have him chop a forest and finish his encampment, and do the whole great general thing. Get a great general, move it into Dion, and try to kill Russia. It's going to be our goal. I'm going to go kill Yerevan, try to get some nice workers out of that. And Nubia is bringing his slingers down to go take out Vilnius. Oh, and by the way, if you don't have a Goge on yet, it'd be a good idea to get that policy.
And we were right with most of our predictions.
And then just
so
start
far.
building your unique unit out of both your cities. Get like 1 more in Marrow, and get a settler out, or get a settler out first, and then.
That's what I'm doing now.
All right, cool. And then your next city, your second city, just start pumping out your units. Kill Vilnius, kill Mohenjo-Daro, and then try to settle up north by the spices. I'm getting another city out. I'll probably settle it. I don't know. Maybe I'll go northeast and try to get a city on the other side of the mountain range. Maybe I'll.
What I'd do if I was you, I'd go kill Yerevan and then settle on the fucking
Taurus,
yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I mean, I do have a settler coming out right now.
No, I don't think
the thing with Taurus is that It's basically all three of us in this area, and Congo to the west somewhere.
It definitely looks like the action's going to pick up for you guys with what you're planning.
Yeah, and I don't know if they're going to be ready for it, to be honest. They don't seem all that ready. But is there any questions that you might want to ask?
Well, we've no questions from chat at this time, so just poking around for general information at the time.
Mm-hmm.
I noticed that Russia took the Goddess of Festivals Pantheon. Why did you choose to take that?
Russia is not on our team.
Oh. Well, you can see that, so it's not that big a deal.
Goddess of the Festivals is +1 to, like, wine, 1 food.
That's why. We did a light prediction in the chat for which pantheons would be taken by which civ, and we did notice that Nubia took Lady of the Reeds and Marshes.
Yeah, I was telling him just because, you know, you have a 5/1 wheat tile, which is amazing, and then when he gets was it a mill? Is that what they're called? I always forget.
The windmills?
The water mill. He'll get another food, so that's going to be a 6/1 tile, which is amazing. You just pump out, you know, get high pop, get a couple, yeah, I don't know. I think it'll be a pretty high pop cap.
So what pantheon are you looking at?
Me? I am not really focusing on it. I went urban planning. I swapped back to urban planning just because I don't really care all that much about what I'm going to get. Because I figured Russia's going to get one, Rome's going to get one, and then maybe people who finished quests or got lucky on goodie huts is going to get another one. So I assumed I wasn't going to get a good one, so I just didn't put much focus.
And you had Macedon do the same, I assume.
Yeah. Yep, and definitely his second city is really strong because it forces Russia to go settle north.
And there's very little production up there.
And there's little production, or if he tries to go for a horse, we'll just block him in with my scout.
Well, alright, Team 2, it sounds like you guys have your hands full, so we're going to bounce on over to Team 3. We'll be stopping by again soon.
Alright, see you.
If we get time, though, you know, we'll be able to settle these cities and actually start moving.
And grow them, yeah. But I think Team 2 will really be, like, tough opponent.
Yep. Our secret at the moment will be keeping Russia alive.
Yep. I'm saving all my money. I don't think I'm going to buy any tiles. Maybe the iron tile, in case he needs it.
Yep. I've got 100 gold sitting here.
Hi, Sarnith.
Hello, Team 3. How are you guys doing today?
Things are going a bit slow for our taste. Like, we're a bit isolated. Our settlers have to travel far till they reach their first, like, proxy or outpost. And right now, our main goal is to, in his upcoming battle against Macedonia.
So what did you guys have in mind?
So we figure, because Greece and Germany are pretty isolated. I guess there's an advantage in that, but also a disadvantage. We're kind of saving our resources to help out Russia, who's probably going to be on the receiving end of Macedonia. So we're just trying to build up our, I guess, gold reserves to help him out once that starts.
And strategic resources he needs.
All right, I'm back.
The Weaver King, the CPL.
Hey, Blaze Sarnith here with us now.
Hello.
The CPL does not force players to stack hoplites.
We just told them all our secrets.
We allow them to use them.
So yeah, I think we got the worst spawns. We are far away from each other.
Well, I am obligated to tell you that that may or may not be true.
I know. Just a theory I have.
But the other...
That will make our win even more, you know, tremendous, victorious.
Well, like I was explaining to them, I think our best strategy is to hope that the other two teams have spawned close and will butt heads soon.
So,
Because,
Russia, your Pantheon choice, would you like to explain it?
Well, I have so many wine. I have 3 wine, and I only had the 1 stone and copper, so I figured it'd be a decent choice for the moment. I just wanted to get that bonus because I'm going to be struggling here for food on that city. I have decent production.
Macedonia just attacked the city-state close by.
Yeah, I'm wondering which one that was. Did it say?
Vilnius, culture city-state.
Well, it's out of my visual. It's in between us somewhere. What do you got there on your border?
But that's weird, right? Him attacking a city-state?
No.
We'll have to raise it.
No, that didn't pass. So if he's tagging a city-state, he'll be taking it for his own city.
But don't we have to raise them?
The vote didn't go through.
Oh, it didn't? Okay, okay.
No, it failed. So, which is more likely of a normal game anyway. The raise only is really a newer thing to the community. So, Germany and Greece are really in great positions. The Sim City, Sarnith. Me, on the other hand, I seem to have spawned right in the thick of it. I've been proxied and had a horde.
So what do you want to do, man? Do you want to push back against Macedonia, or?
Well, when taking consideration I'm not going to win a swordsman fight, and I'm not going to win a horseman fight. He's going to outpace me. These units, he has both of those units. He's going to do better with me. So my theory is defend and rush for crossbowmen and encampments. Try to trench in. Because if any of his team spawn near him, which I got to assume at least one of them did, I'm really going to be looking at a 2v1. And it's already an uphill battle fighting that Civ specifically in the beginning.
So if we save all our gold, we'll just ship it all to you, hey?
Sorry. I may need help with gold. I'm not sure yet. It depends on how aggressive he is. But at the same time, I need you two to push ahead. You can't limit yourself to feed me.
Yeah. Yes, yes.
Because if I got a 2v1 down here, I'm not going to hold.
I found Congo, by the way.
Was that is that border right there?
Yes, south of my warrior.
Interesting.
So, what Pantheon should I go for, do you think?
You specifically, I would get this is Germany talking?
Yeah, Germany, yeah.
I mean, so much mining. I would probably go with the craftsman, the bonus to mine and strategic.
But I've only got iron as my strategic resource.
Well, stone and copper count. It says mines and strategics.
It says mines over strategic resources. So copper's a bonus resource. So I don't think it gets it.
I may be wrong. Sarnith, can you answer that?
For clarification purposes, copper does not count. It's strategic resources such as iron, niter, I believe uranium is a mine.
Copper. Not copper, the coal.
Coal is a mine, correct.
I couldn't remember copper. I thought it did, but... Well... You probably will have a hard time growing your main city. Maybe the fertility rate would be good. If it's still available.
It grows fine. It just doesn't have the housing.
Well, the growing will help. Unless there's something like maybe is there any housing? I don't know what's available on your list.
It's pretty much everything.
Do you see anything for housing? I think there's one that housing, maybe amenities.
Oh, there it is.
Yep.
He won't even let you settle your second. Oh, it's the Nubia Aztec Alexander setup.
Coming off to a brutal beginning here.
He's smart. He's parked that settler right where I was going to expand.
I think I'm going to go for the oral tradition, to be honest. I've got a few spices and stuff lying around. The culture can't hurt.
Yeah, it works on coffee as well, right?
Yep. No, it doesn't work on coffee, no.
Doesn't? Oh, okay.
Coffee falls under Goddess of Festivals for the +1 food. Oral tradition is banana, citrus, cotton, dyes, silk, spices, and sugar.
Yeah, I'll let you go for the fishing boats one, Grease.
Yeah?
Do you have a lot of coastal resources near you? You've got the crabs and stuff, right?
Yeah, I got the 2 crabs. 2 crabs and the fish resource by Sparta.
Yeah, I'll just go for the I'll go for the culture then.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea. I mean, you got cotton and spice. Go for it, definitely. Hey, Blaze, how far are you away from...
Well, right now I'm trying to get walls.
Okay.
It was gonna be done this turn, but Aztecs ganked my builder right as it was about to build.
That sucks.
I might be able to kill it. We'll see.
He'll delete it. You better rush it.
That's what I'm doing.
Oh, you can get his builder.
First click.
That sucks.
Yeah, it's gone. I'll never catch it now. And then Macedon is sitting where I was going to expand. He knows what to do. He's not going to let me put my city down.
So I have the choice between border expansion rate higher, city production from fishing boats.
Go the production from fishing boats.
I'm not so sure if that's the best choice. considering that I have lots of good tiles on land to work.
So which one would you rather do?
I was thinking food growth, city growth rate higher, so Sparta can expand because I don't have many
never a
food
bad
tiles.
choice. The border one wouldn't hurt you either.
Yeah. Okay, I've officially met Drifter from the Empire of Congo. And it's Kvila, so not his capital city, it's expansion. Yeah. I wish it was somebody from Team 2.
Yeah, they've got
It says that we're leading in domination victory, even though the scores are wrong.
You can't look at that. It's broken.
Okay.
You just got to look at the score tab.
But the placing is the placing right? So it says
like
Team 2
everything
is leading?
everything about that is bogus. You can't look at it all.
Okay. Another campus city state.
Yeah, it's we got all three. Be something good for you guys. Rushing science.
Okay, I'm gonna go with the production from fishing boats.
Yeah, and I'm going to get my riding now. I need to get some campuses down. Am I right in my assumption that religion's just basically a waste of time in this game?
Yes.
Unless you're Russia.
Yeah, because Russia gets.
there is a strategy. Go through theocracy and rush Cossacks. Use the theocracy, use the religion to buy them.
Oh yeah.
It's very hard to do though because almost anybody that knows, I know.
So we have been pretty spot on with all of our guesses involving the pantheons for each civ so far. That builder is unfortunately long gone. Well, thank you very much, Team 3, for answering our questions and entertaining us. We are going to bounce around to the teams once again a little bit later, so take care and good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
For those of you watching, if you go to the general text lobby for the SunZ event at the bottom of the Discord channel, where the SunZ little area is in CPL for this event, I have posted 3 links there. One of them is a wonder cheat sheet for what you need to know about placing your wonders. One of them is a district cheat sheet for how to place your wonders and what they get adjacencies from. And the third is a link to a Google document that I made. You might have heard me mention it in the podcast yesterday. And it references the units, all the military units in the game by era. It mentions all of the great people with the exception of writers, musicians, and artists because no one really contends those. No one fights for specific ones. But I've listed all the others, what their eras are, what they do. So I highly encourage you go look at that as well throughout the match. Speaking of great people, Macedon is approaching that general very soon, and no one has really put any other districts down yet. Oh, transfer 2. If in the CPL Discord, you go on the left here, and you scroll all the way down towards the bottom, and you'll see SunZ training match. It's part of the categories thing Discord released. It's at the very bottom, and you'll see a text one. It has hashtag general_chat. And if you click onto that, you'll see some pictures. Because my comment's at the bottom right now. I'm Sarnith with CPL in brackets. You scroll up to the top there, you'll see the actual physical links you can click on. Oh, absolutely. And Hapasha being the first scientist is actually really big, because +1 to all your libraries is absolutely beautiful. It sounds like very little, just +1. But when you have 4 or 5 cities with libraries in them, that's an extra 4 or 5 science for free, just for having libraries there, and those are +2 science on their own. It all adds up. Civ 6 is really a nickel and dime sort of game, and by that I mean you have a +1 here, a +2 there, a +5 here from a great general or whatever, but that stuff adds up very quickly, because that difference of +1 in 10 turns, that's a difference of 10, so on and so forth. It just further compounds over time, that difference. We are hovering over Russia and Macedon right now to see how this war progresses, because as we heard, Russia's planning to go for crossbowmen, knowing that Macedon is going to grab their unique units, and he's seen the encampment, so he knows a general's coming as well alongside this. So he's getting himself ready to fight off these unique units that are going to show up. Russia choosing to go on the offensive here starts taking pot shots at Dion. If he can take that city, it would be a pretty good blow to Macedon's production towards these military units. Okay, so the chat, we have the all the little chat menus and options on the left hand side, right, in the CPL Discord. Like you can see the text lobby and things like that, right? Alright, scroll all the way down to the bottom. All the way down, and you're going to see Below the AFK channel, you'll see a category called SunZ Training Match. The first, right under that, you'll see a hashtag symbol for a text channel, and it's called General_Chat. First of the swordsmen being upgraded by Macedon. Oh, we were king. There's if you scroll down on my information below the Twitch channel, there's a giant CPL symbol. If you click on that, you'll get into the Discord. Poor Yerevan, turning into the Aztec Labor Union. These archers are going to do a lot of damage to Macedon. He does not have enough units yet. And these, even his swordsmen as Hypothetes, which are the unique swordsmen from Macedon, these are still going to get mowed down by this many archers. Vilnius being pelted by potatoes from the potato archers. Yep, there's the Yerevan, the Holy City Labor Union for the Aztecs. Interested to see what military moves are done by Russia and Macedon here. He may have to temporarily forfeit Dion. He just doesn't have enough up here to defend this yet. But ranged units cannot capture a city, so if he picks off these warriors, Russia's just going to be shooting at these units. But he's going to take a lot of damage here. No worries, man. I'm glad you're able to find them. Hope you guys are enjoying the stream as much as I am today. I'm really happy to be here. I was invited by SunZ's leadership to cast this event for them, because they had some people that really wished they could make it and they just didn't have the time today.
No! Oh my. Put it down.
Yeah, Archer's gunning down one of the warriors as well as taking some shots at this Hypospist. Jeez, I've always been pronouncing that one wrong, huh? Moving these archers up these units are gonna fall really quick here. He's not careful. He needs his horseman unique unit, the Hatteroi. They're basically horsemen, but they're considered heavy cavalry. They come with a promotion for free with the unit, and they get an additional +5 combat strength if they are adjacent or stacked with a great general. And a great general of the correct era gives a +5 to them anyway. So if they are all tightly bound right around it, they get +10. It's just absolutely ludicrous. Oh, I understand that ideology completely transferred too. I used to play quite a bit of StarCraft myself. There are loose build orders, and they're very, very loose. Like, the best way to relate this is that in StarCraft, you have set build orders and timings in mind for timing attacks, whether it's a Stimpack timing with your Marines, or things of that nature, a tank push. If you were Protoss, you know, you had other timings as well. I wasn't a Protoss player, but anyway. Point being, the point being here is that in Civ, instead of just relying on how to change your build order based on when you scout your opponent's base, in Civ you change your build order based on what you scout around your own base. Horseman coming out of America, as Rolf said he would. He's going to go bash Carthage. Rome just being given all the time in the world to sim up, get cities out. Has a galley going in each direction on both sides here. I'm a huge supporter of that ideology and thought, because you can find a lot of hidden city-states you might miss otherwise that are pocketed away. Oh, I love Zerg too, Room 9. Now, unlike the bottom of the map, you can get all the way around the northern side here. All the way around. Because on the southern side, it's blocked. It's not supposed to do that, so I don't know why it was able to. Now, these ice caps here, you're never able to fully get away from. But where the continent bottoms out, you're not supposed to be, that's not supposed to happen. As my camera goes crazy. Gonna have top of the turn here. And again, for those of you just joining us, if you have any questions, by all means feel free to ask. This entire event is about players being able to ask the questions they have and improve. Vilnius has been taken out by the evil potato archers of Nubia. Let that be a lesson to you. You know, if you mess with people like this, they're going to put potatoes and bows and they're going to hurt you with it. This warrior low world took the city. He almost didn't get it at all. Well, this warrior could have taken it next turn, I guess, but... We're going to take another cycle through each of the team's chats, starting with Team 1.
Right.
Hello, Team 1.
Hey, man. How's it going?
Hello.
Well, it's a pretty exciting match.
Yeah, having
It
fun.
is. I'm learning a lot.
What's going on over in the other two teams? I guess you can't tell us, but
I don't know. Why don't you make a scout and find out?
Seems like there's some war happening.
God of the Craftsman taken by Macedon.
So, we have just been chugging along. our Congo has almost got iron working. He's had to hard tech it, unfortunately. He didn't have any iron mines nearby to mine to give him the boost for that, so it's taken a little longer than we'd hoped. We've got Rome down here going full settler spam, full coastal. He's going to get his he's going to get the techs for harbours up. He'll have astrology and celestial navigation happening pretty soon, so he'll be able to start planting some harbours. I've gone full horse rush, so I've got 2 horses up and another 3 coming in the next couple of turns. I'm gonna stomp these city states here, and then maybe even go have a poke around at this civ I can see north of Hattusa, see if there's any opportunity to troll them a little bit with my horses. I don't think I'll be taking any cities with horses by the time that they get there. It'll be turn 40, so I'm not expecting to be able to do a lot of hurt, but I can at least, you know, if it's Greece too, he'll have hoplites, and the horses versus hoplites is obviously not going to happen.
In
But
terms
yeah,
of your
we're just having
question
some fun
about
over here and,
the civics transfer
out,
to
basically.
which branch you
can I
take
ask you a
first?
question? You're helping me pinning cities for me to help me place correctly. May I ask why you want me to settle on a resource, that being the sugar, and not just off it? Why would I want to settle on something?
So it's all about the tile yields. Sometimes a tile is a really good tile for a citizen to work. For example, a pasture. I see people plant on horses and stuff sometimes, and I'm kind of like, well, it's not a bad thing to get that 1 extra yield in your city tile. But honestly, I feel like a pasture is a tile which is really valuable for a citizen to work, especially when it's improved. If you have a pantheon like God of the Open Sky, it gets bonuses later on down the game, like extra food and production from certain techs. Whereas something like sugar, on a marsh, that is, not on a floodplain, and I'll explain why in a moment. Tea, incense, cotton, any of those can be really good plants for a city, because anything which goes above the standard 2-1, so that's 2 food, 1 production, any tile that gives you more yields than that, when you plant a city on it, you'll get those bonus yields. So for example, Washington was planted on sugar. Now that tile had 5 food initially, because there was a marsh there as well. Planting a city on it does destroy the marsh, but it still leaves the sugar, which is a plus, which is a 4 food tile. So that means my city tile is now getting 4 food and 1 production, as opposed to 2 food and 1 production. Now, some people don't like planting on resources. They prefer to work the tiles with a citizen. But I do think that in certain situations it's worthwhile. If it's a tile that I'm probably going to work anyway, it can be worth settling off it to get more bonuses.
Now, transfer to your question about civics.
I'm not going to work. Like, I'm never going to work an incense tile on desert, for instance, because that's fucking 0 of anything and 1 faith or something, and it gives you maybe 2 gold when you put a plantation on it. I'm never going to work that tile with.
Which civics you're specifically grabbing immediately?
And get some bonuses from it that way.
Will be dependent on your scouting.
I'm probably never going to work.
You want early empire because
flatland tea. Not that
it
you see
will
a lot of that, but like
let you make settlers faster.
2 food, 1 science. Fuck that. I'd much rather settle a city
mid-game?
on it, get the 1 science in the city tile, and work
mercenaries,
some other tiles instead.
Civil service.
Okay, thank you.
Merchant Republic. Exploration's the name of the civic, but those are the main mid games. The only time you'd get Reformed Church is if you're playing a theocracy strategy for faith purchases of units, and the only civ that really does that is Russia.
So I got my horses moving into position around Carthage now. Might actually be able to take it with just the 2. Maybe have to wait for a 3rd one. We'll see.
I'm studying political philosophy. Just finished the other one before I forgot to say. Unless you want me to study something different.
No, political philosophy is definitely an important civic for your government choices. Payne's just asked me if Open Sky affects cattle. Yes, it does. I will be improving that cattle. I don't have any spare citizens to work that tile yet at the moment. I'm kind of working other tiles to get production. I've got a nice little hill mine there. I only improved that stone to get the boost for it. Didn't seem like anyone else was really getting the masonry tech online, so I thought I'd better do that. Yeah, I don't know what else. Our strategy at this point is really to just expand and fill the space we have. We're going to get Congo to plant a few more cities soon. The more cities he plants, the better position he'll be in to defend. We have potential for Macedon and Nubia to team up on him because they are on the same team. We haven't seen any action out of them yet, though, aside from Macedon, I think maybe killing a city-state, perhaps. Macedon has an encampment, yeah.
So we do have a question from the chat. Transfer 2 would like to ask, when regarding about tiles, are you speaking of like the top 3 that you prefer to settle, or in general like the do's and don'ts for tiles being worked by a city?
So we talked about this a little bit before. When it comes to city management, you want to always make sure that your citizens in your city are working the best tiles possible. So if you've got 4 citizens, like just to give Washington an example, if you just home in on Washington for right now, what tiles would I be working in Washington? Which 4 tiles? Because I got 4 citizens there. What are the best 4 tiles that are available nearby? Now, some of the tiles in Washington overlap with the borders of other cities, so I may have to manage that and go into the citizen management and swap tiles around between cities and be like, right, I want to work this one and this one, but not this one, etc. So at the moment, just to let you know what I'm doing, I changed onto the masonry tile, the stone tile last turn, a 2-2 tiles, never bad. I've got the cattle, I've got the dyes, and I've got the wheat. So I'm working those 4 tiles in Washington. That gives me 13 food, 10 production, and on top of that, a nice little bonus faith and culture as well from the pastures. Over in I've got the 2 horse tiles being worked there, obviously, and the mine over here on the right with the 1 food, 3 production. And the reason for that is I wanted to spam horses out of that city, given that it's the closest city to the front, the military front that I'm wanting to reinforce. Now, once I've finished spamming horses, I may switch on to something else, or I may swap the tiles around so that Washington gets that mine instead of New York. It just depends on what I want to do. You've got to try and make some time for tile management if you can. It's hard to do, particularly in this game. It's not so bad because we don't have a turn timer. But in your regular games, you've got the turn timer on, the pressure's on. You want to try and make all your moves and all your decisions really quickly. It can be challenging to find time for tile management. But if you do it, if you micromanage your cities in such a way that you're getting the maximum benefit out of them, it can be really, really strong. So yeah, in terms of planting cities, I always look for what's the best possible plant in terms of location, defensibility, and resources. Then maybe added tile yield as a bonus. But I'm not prioritizing tile yield as like the #1 priority for city plants. You know, like if you can get some extra yields in your city tile, that's great. If you can't, it's not the end of the world. You know, you're better off planting for other reasons. It's sort of like a very tertiary factor in my city placement rationale. But in terms of working tiles with your citizens, that takes top priority. I always try and make sure that I'm working the best tiles possible in every city. Charleston's a little fucked at the moment. Charleston has no good tiles to work because it's just like a plant to take up some room there. I need to get a builder out of him. I really just wanted a 3rd city on in the game, so I could have horsemen coming out of 3 cities. The horsemen that I built in Charleston took 5 turns, even with the card on, so it was pretty slow.
Hey, thank you very much for the support. I really appreciate it. I know the SunZ staff do as well. Really appreciate you guys coming out, showing your support, and attending this event. I hope you're taking a lot from it and learning a lot. Hope you're enjoying it as much as I am casting it.
All right, looks like it's Greece up here. They seem to have grabbed some archers. Can't see their military strength in a team game, which is annoying. They've screwed you out of a settle too, Congo. You cannot settle both of those settles that I pinned for you. I had 2 settles pinned on that river, and obviously the northern one's not going to work. That's fine. Yeah, I mean, look, the thing is now you can be a bit more flexible with your settle location. You don't need to settle where I pinned because you're not trying to get 2 cities in. But yeah, you do need to get some more cities up, I suppose. It's probably quite important for you to do that.
Hey, thank you very much for the support. I really appreciate it.
I'll go try and
hope you guys are enjoying the match as much as I am, and I hope you all are taking something from it.
I'd be
and I'm sure the SunZ tournament staff appreciates your viewership as well.
All right, so I've just reached political philosophy. Might be a good time, while Sarnith is here, just briefly talk about the governments and different choices. So your early governments, you've got the choice between oligarchy, classical republic, and autocracy. The only one that's really going to benefit me right now is oligarchy. I don't have districts in my cities to get a bonus amenity from them. I don't have any great people points to boost. I am not building any wonders. So oligarchy is the logical choice. I'm going to get 20% experience for my combat units. That means my horses will get promoted a lot quicker. Go ahead and pick oligarchy. In terms of my my cards, I've got my horses out now. I've built all the horses that I want to build. So I'm going to switch off the maneuver card, put on conscription, and reduce their maintenance. I'm currently minus 0.6 gold a turn, so I'm not making any money. Not losing money either, but it's not a good situation to be in. So putting on the conscription card will correct that somewhat. I'm going to leave urban planning as my main economic policy. 1+ production in my 3 cities is quite nice. And I'm going to actually put on colonization now. Oh, you know what? Actually, I might put on Iklam real quick. I might squeeze out some builders and improve some more tiles, because I particularly in my new city, I need to get some improvements there, so those tiles aren't so shit. I'll get Diplomatic League on for diplomatic policies. I'm going to have an envoy really soon, and I'll be able to double that. I'll send an envoy to a city that doesn't have any, so I'll have 2. So I've got conscription, urban planning, diplomatic league, and Iklam as my 4 policies with oligarchy.
Okay.
Rule number 1 with policy cards is always try and have the policy card on to boost the thing that you're producing. So I've said that I want to make builders, so I've got Iklam. When I was making horses, it was maneuver. When I make settlers in a couple of turns, it'll be whatever that one is called, colonization. So you always want to try and get the boosts for what you're building as you're building it, 100% of the time.
All right, well, to let your team get back to trying to talk to you, we're going to go ahead and bounce on down to Team 2. Good luck with your game, guys.
Thanks, man.
Hello, Team 2.
Hey, how's it going?
Well, I'm doing fine. I'm not playing in this. I'm not, surrounded.
Yeah, well, he's doing okay. He's got the units. I mean, the archers can only do so much damage. He can't push. He's gonna lose them eventually. Yeah, so Sarge, with that unit on the hill, kill the archer, and then move the other 2 across the river. And use your archer in your city to hit either of the other 2 archers on the right. And then you can move your other Paspis onto the Mercury after he's done shooting with the other archers.
So we do have a question from chat, Yoshi, and
Yep.
team. From Transfer 2, are there some bonus resources that you would never plant on in terms of dropping a city on?
Bananas are a terrible bonus resource to plant on because they're usually in jungle, so you lose the jungle, and it'll end, like if it's a jungle hill, it'll end up being a 2/2, I think. But if it's on flatland, like if it's a 3/1, you lose the jungle, which is 1 food, so it ends up still being a 2/1 anyway. Rice is a pretty good resource to settle on.
Coffee?
Coffee's good. I don't know. I think with this new patch, after they gave plantations an additional +1 gold, it's almost better to sometimes not settle on these. Oh, those are luxury resources. Bonus resources. Cattle's. I would settle on cattle if I unless I didn't have any production. I don't really like settling on copper that much. I don't think the gold isn't that great anyway. Sheep. Not big on settling on sheep. I don't know. I feel like getting the extra production when you settle or when you work on the sheep is probably better than settling on it. And yeah, I don't know. Other than that, settle on a lot of the bonus resources, I guess. Oh, stone. Flatland stone. Settling on that there's no point because it still gives you 2-1. It doesn't improve anything.
Well, thank you very much for answering that. So what can you guys tell us about your game plan from now, since things have changed a bit?
Still pushed in onto to Blaze. I think he only has archers, and then now that we have our swordsman unit, once we get those 2 promotions, it's going to be like 50 strength. And then he's getting his Heteroi out this turn, I think. So yeah, Sarge, if you can start building Heterois, do that as well. Yeah. Other than that, just start killing his units, slowly pushing into his cities. I'll try to get a city. Maybe I'll try to get some horsemen down, see if I can help out. Nubia is just going to go kill Mohenjo-Daro. I'm going to go kill Aventa. And we're going to try to settle more cities and have more land than everybody else. And I have a sweet +5 campus in my city, in my capital, which is awesome.
Oh yeah, we all saw that from the start of the game.
Yeah, I didn't see that at the start of the game. I walked over there. I'm like, oh my god, that's amazing. Good thing I didn't put anything down. And then we have Torres, which is super nice. I think we have an isolated somebody up top. I don't know. I haven't. Germany's east, I guess.
I think Germany's solo top, yeah.
I mean, he's the next target because you don't want to leave Germany alone for too long. But first off, we have to kill Russia, I think. But yeah, you can only archer spam for so long before, you know, they start dying to your units. And the fact that he's got a great general means that we're gonna do pretty good. So kill that unit if you can. Nice. You can move your warrior. Oh, that works. Bring that other unit that hit Paspis in closer to your city. So if you need it, you have 3 movement across the river and do stuff. You can move the warrior up 1 if you'd like. Or to the right 1 towards the cities.
Hey, thank you very much for the support.
Hit,
I really appreciate it. Hope you're enjoying this as much as I am.
And
I'm sure the SunZ staff
and then
enjoy
you
you guys
your
coming
archer
out for this as well. Hope you guys are learning a lot from it.
The right? No. Yeah, that's fine. And then move your great general down onto where the archer is, so it affects the bottom unit as well. Let's see. No, I think just put a mine right by your cap. And then you'll have another
Harvest
one.
that,
3 times.
harvest
Yeah,
the
it's
wheat.
not growing, but you're going to want to chop.
What I'll do is harvest the wheat to the south.
Oh, yeah, you
And
can
then
harvest
you should
that.
get
And then,
4. And then
yeah,
you
do
can
that.
get the production, and then you should be fine.
Yeah. Wait, can you harvest? Need pottery. Okay, just build a farm there then. That's fine. Not now, because you want your heteroids out. And you want to start continue building those. No, they don't require horses at all. You should be able to build it in your second city as well. Yeah, no problem.
Well, thank you very much for that, Team 2. We really appreciate it. We're going to go ahead and jump down to Team 3 now.
All right, see you, Sarnith.
They don't have military.
Hello, Team 3. How are things going for you guys?
Beginning of the end down here. Can't fighting Macedon early war, proxy city. This is not looking good.
Yeah, we anticipated it, but obviously just didn't have the... Well, he had the backing of a team with enough money to provide him with these special units and stuff, so it's going to be hard.
And we feel like they're gobbling up, like they gobbled up at least 2 more city-states, which really puts them ahead in terms of city count and population count. Which kind of also like gives them an edge. So things are looking kind of bleak.
It's early though. Like, I mean, I think we're going to lose Russia, unfortunately.
Well, it does appear that Greece is doing rather well for himself.
Yes. And I mean, if I get time, I can go the Hands of Root and start cranking stuff out.
My issue is that I think I'm going to be facing Congo and the US on my southern border. So 2 players from the same team. Which kind of limits my settlement choices.
Yeah, the real sucky part about it is, look down here. He's got that city, and he can park his general in that horse and still not break the general rule. It's just really hard to fight against.
Oh, Zanzibar. Hey Sarnith, can you tell us how many cities?
Can I tell you what?
How many city-states there are in this game?
I believe it starts with 15 on a map this size.
Oh, 15. Not bad. And we've met...
Yeah, there are 15.
7. So we haven't even met half the city-states yet. Wow.
Wall's coming up in St. Petersburg. It's going to be a big difference. Letting him shoot with archer strength against units that come within 2
Hey,
tiles.
Carlos, can I borrow? Have you got 30 gold? You might be able to lend me.
Yes, for what, if I may ask?
I want to buy my spices tile so I can start using it.
Okay, yeah, sure.
So what is
about
the
you?
Grandmaster plan you're all leaning toward now? Is it still the original plan for going to crossbows, or...?
Yeah,
Well,
hope Russia survived till crossbows.
I was trying to. I figured he would go cav. I didn't think he would go the swordsman route. So that was kind of my theory with the crossbows. Because he stole my horse tile, I couldn't go horses. So seems now he's just going to spam his swordsman unique unit though. I mean, he's got that general out. It takes 5 archers to kill one of those units, and with that general he can one-shot any of my archers. If I don't get crossbows, I have no way of fighting them.
But if we do make it to the late game, we have some Germany and Russia. If we manage to hold on.
Yeah, I mean, the tactic's going to have to be I have to expand as much as possible, I guess, because Germany's good in the late game, right?
Yes, Germany's good. Awesome.
Look at Germany's spawn. The most isolated one.
Yeah, Sarnith, have you ever seen this kind of map? Where somebody spawns, like, surrounded by tundra?
Oh, I have.
Okay, it's not that uncommon.
Oh, it happens. Everyone gets their share of the bad luck. I personally have spawned in a narrow stretch of plains hills or plains flatland thinking, oh, this isn't so bad. And then 5 tiles above me is flat desert, and 6 or 7 tiles below me is flat snow. So believe me, I've been there too.
Man, I just got wrecked by the movement here.
I'm actually rather impressed that someone's first moving against your beast of a computer.
Yeah, he's got me every turn on first. Every turn. Like, did you see how much damage he just did to that archer?
Oh yeah.
The only reason I spammed so many was my hope was to be able to kill that city really quick. So I spammed a lot to try and grab it. And if I could have grabbed it and grabbed walls on it, I might be able to held. But he had 4 warriors, and in one turn, he turned them all over to his unique unit. And I was like, oh, that's it. Nothing I can do against that.
We do have a pause. I'm gonna go see what's going on.
I think you must have accidentally paused.
What's going on?
I think that's accidental. He doesn't have a mic, so press P, man. There we go.
Okie doke. Just making sure.
All done. Yeah.
It was an accident.
Okay.
Tactical pause.
Right?
Hey man, those no good, dirty doing city-states might, you know, cheat on you. I don't know. So the goal here is to hang on for crossbowmen for Russia. Germany is getting set up for Hans's, I presume.
Yeah. Just trying to expand as much as possible before that.
And we have the Illuminati of American Scouts in Greece.
Yeah, they're really worrying me. Especially one of them has 2 promotions. If he gets the third, he has the +20 combat strength.
He's looking for stuff to... He's trying to snipe something from you. A builder or something. So don't let anything go unescorted.
Rome free. Yeah, I'm sending a warrior over to Ephesus, right? Because I'm going to have a settler pop out of there soon.
With Aztec sniping my builder, I figured they'd block expecting.
And I wonder why America went.
Your mic cut out.
Village. There are 4 scouts that I can see right.
Well, you know, for any of you who played single player, his troops are merely passing by.
Very true.
He thought. Oh. Gotta say, I'm kind of afraid of the US and Germany. Yeah, another city-state for Team 2. Aztecs attacking La Venta.
Yeah, it's definitely their goal. Get as many early as you can.
Well, Team 3, we wish you the best of luck. We're going to hop on out of here for now. We will be cycling through once again soon. Take care, guys, and good luck.
Thanks, man.
Thank you.
And those are the goings-on for now between the teams. And they all have their own plan and strategy in mind, but Russia here does seem to be on the ropes. Macedon is being very aggressive. We got a really early forward settle for those of you just joining us. Even managed to buy and swipe a horse tile. Congo has an encampment coming up, gets their 3rd settled down. Not too happy to see Gorgos Greece settle this forward down. America and Rome are just settling like crazy here. 2 more settles coming out of Rome. And speaking of the research and civic dropdown, we're actually going to take a look at the tech tree tabs. Well, just about everyone is around here in the classical era at currency, horseback riding, ironworking. Russia is a little bit ahead, though, and is on the engineering construction tier. Now, we know he's not on the top half. He's actually on... Yeah, he's on construction or engineering, because he is going for crossbowmen. They did tell us that. Now, looking at the civics tree, most of their players are still around military tradition, state workforce, early empire, but 5 of our players have moved on and grabbed political philosophy and got their first government, and are likely working at games of recreation so that they can build a coliseum if possible. Unfortunately, in team play, the demographs are broken. They will not work properly, as you can see. I dare say that Team 3 has more than 0 science per turn. And they're all broken, unfortunately, with that. And that came with a patch with Firaxis. Hopefully they will fix it in the future. Going to take a quick look at the great person points here. Macedon is still the only one with an encampment, but Congos is coming up soon. Merchants are coming up. Gorgo, Nubia are the only people contending them for now. No one has a campus down just yet. We saw some pre-built in a few cities, though. A lot of Gorgo's troops here spread out quite a bit, acting almost like scouts themselves. Wonder why he's not coordinating them to attack maybe Hattusa or Congo perhaps. Even these archers, or even these scouts, just to deny access. Oh no. Oh no, I'm sure you guys are seeing this just as much as I am right now. Will it happen? Be at least 2 turns before the attempt can be made. Loads of fortified archers here. If he can get these on his side of the river, he can hold this river along his 2 cities, probably for sure. He'll never be away from that general, though, unfortunately. First Hatteroi coming out. Oh, he does get the archer narrowly away from the Sipaspist. But he doesn't know that the Hatteroi are already starting to come out. They do spawn with a promotion. Taking shots at these swordsmen now. More cities coming down from Rome. He's just moving along. Carthage, poor Carthage, you are dying this turn for sure. He's just picking which horse is going to kill you today. Loads of scouts from Team 1 just surging across the map here. Oh, uses all the movement from the Hatteroi. I believe that's a mistake. You when you make your Hatteroi as Macedon, because they spawn with a promotion, in order to utilize Buenos Aires is going to get hit by Team 2 now. They're just butchering everybody. But anyway, back to the point here, is that if you leave just one whole movement left on the Hatteroi, you can use that to promote it at the end of the turn, because promoting the unit, it won't let you do anything with it afterward. So you use the last movement to promote it, you didn't waste anything. Rome had to pick up fertility rights. Not a bad pantheon at all. It increases the growth in all of your cities by 15%. And that does add up over time. So he knows these scouts are rolling all over the place. If he moves this settler forward, I would be very surprised and very concerned for his well-being. No, I wasn't talking, we were king. Just letting the little sounds flow through. I am trying to eat my dinner while this is going on, because this happened during my dinner time. My wife made an amazing chicken and rice dish with a light sauce over it. Oh, so good. Oh, these potato archers are just getting all these promotions. These are going to be amazing crossbowmen and field cannons later. I'm going to start the turn off where the combat's happening. This poor little archer's dead. There's just no hope. Archer's dead. Yes, it does. It's absolutely insane. I don't know, I haven't personally played Nubia that much. They're, I either don't get them on my draft, or on rare occasion they get banned. There aren't any pyramid improvements yet on any of his cities, so we'll wait and see. Oh, hill gypsum! 141. Oh, so good. Buenos Aires is putting up quite the fight to Yoshi's Eagle Warriors here. It's a ton of units. This Germany, though, has got to get these cities online. He's got to backsettle all of this out, too. Like, he needs to drop Hans's ASAP. It's turn 35, though. He has time. Encampment coming down for Russia from the capital here. With the walls as encampment, will get a shot a turn as well as the city center. So it's going to be a pretty big deal. This Hattery is going to one-shot that archer. There is no hope for it. Rolf declared on Blaze. So Team 1 declared on Team 3. Oh, this settler. I want to see this settler get snatched. I'm sorry, Carlos, but it's an unescorted settler, and I like watching them get snatched, because I feel people who leave them unescorted deserve to have them snatched. Well, if you build walls like you start to, and you switch to build anything else, it'll hold the same appearance until the walls are complete.
Took a risk, mate. I would not have done that. I would not have deleted the settler. So that was smart.
Yeah, no, look, deleting it is what I would have done, because I wouldn't hope to hold it, and I wouldn't hope to settle it.
Yeah.
So.
No, like he's new and so am I, as you know. So I know that happens to me lots of times in my first few games where, like, people like Death and other players who are good were taking my settlers, and I didn't understand why. And then someone said to me, if you do that and make a mistake, you should just delete it to stop them from taking advantage. So what he did there was actually quite smart.
They will not. They will not hesitate to take your settlers.
They didn't, so and I fell for
it. you can be ruthless.
Him deleting it stopped you from taking it.
Correct. On the plus side, I can now kill his scouts so he can't see what's going on.
So, he said it was a teachable moment. Teach us.
The teachable moment, the lesson is never, ever, 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 ever send out naked settlers. Particularly if you know that there are enemy scouts roaming around that can capture them. Now, it looks like he deleted it, which was probably a good move. Certainly, the best case scenario for him would be that I would capture it and he would capture it back. So that removes that as a possibility. But it's not a good possibility. My next move was going to be to capture it and to delete it, because I can't really settle a city over here that's going to be useful for me. It would be a troll city. He can certainly capture it often quite easily because it's isolated and surrounded by cities of his own. There's a risk that if I move the settler, that it might end up being somewhere where I can't actually, defend it. So I would have probably deleted it. Piecing city-states is not allowed if you're at war with their suzerain, no. Added bonus of declaring war on you, I can now look at your tiles. Maybe even pillage them a little bit. It's going to be fun. I'm not currently at war with any city-states. We declared on Greece, Russia and Germany. However, we did not have any suzerains when we declared on them, so nothing going on here that would prevent them from piecing, but perhaps there's something in the other parts of the map that would.
So pretty much to answer the question that was asked, because that player is outside of your team, this is also to all of you in Twitch chat watching as well. If a player has suzerain of a city-state, which requires at least 3 envoys, and you have to have the most. Now, that suzerain, there are a lot of benefits to it. Each city-state has a unique bonus that the suzerain gets. All the city-state's resources, their luxuries, their strategic resources you gain control of. And they will declare war on anyone that you are at war with. So, you cannot peace me if, say, I don't know, Hattusa, for example. Let's say I have suzerain of Hattusa. you and I go to war. Then Hattusa is going to declare war on you too because you and I are at war. You cannot make peace with Hattusa unless you make peace with me, or I am no longer the suzerain of Hattusa, and that would happen if either I declare war on Hattusa for whatever reason, or if someone puts more envoys in the city-state than what I have or matches me. Because you have to have the most, and at least 3, to have suzerain status.
So we're having a bit of fun over here. I've killed Carthage. I got a lot of experience off their warriors before I did, so I've got some level 1 and 2 horsemen now. They got the levels quite quickly thanks to Oligarchy. I'm now heading towards Hong Kong to repeat the process. I'm hoping to have 5 horses by the end of this that will be almost level 3, if not level 3, at which point I may be able to actually inflict some damage on Greece. The only downside to that settler Jack is that they're on the defensive now, so if he doesn't start building units, I'll be very surprised. I am going to take the opportunity to pillage some of his improvements. I've got a scout in his territory, which he'll be able to kill quite easily, but I might as well pillage some stuff while I'm up there, get some culture from that, get some culture from that quarry, get some gold from the plantation, maybe even pillage the commercial if he lets me get that far. I doubt it though. And yeah, Congo are in a nice position now to make a push towards him if they wish to with their Congo bongos. They may just wish to hold though, because we do have an enemy on the other side in Macedon and Nubia. So potentially we don't want to be pushing too hard. LDG, I can see that pin there for your 3 campus plus 3 campus spot. As we said before, it's a good spot for a campus, no doubt. But putting it back where the original pin was is also good. Because it'll still be a +3 campus if you put it there. If you build an encampment where the wooded hill is, then you'll get 2 adjacent districts to your campus. So it'll be +3 either way. And I would say there's some advantage in having the campus between a city-state, a city centre, and an encampment. It's much less accessible tile for your enemies for them to pillage. So yeah, I'd be putting the, I think that's a good spot for the campus. The encampment can go on the other tile. I don't see Nubia. I know that they're a neighbour, but their cities are very far away. I'm not sure how we met them so early. They must have sent that warrior straight towards us without realising it. So we've got, I've got another settler coming out of Washington. I'm going to actually settle off of fresh water, which is something I know some people don't ever do. But I've got just a city placement here, which is just too good to ignore. I've got 2 3-2 banana tiles available to me if I plant a settler. And I can put an aqueduct later. I'll show you next turn where I'm going to settle so your viewers can see. Rome's still churning out settlers, which is nice. We've got a plan now to build Colosseum. We just need to get the tiles and the adjacencies all set up. And we might even churn out some of the uncontested naval wonders with Rome. Rome, just a reminder, I'm getting defensive tactics for us. So don't finish that.
Yeah, I won't. I've got 1 more turn for it to be halfway, and then I'll cancel us off. I've got that builder going up towards the
wheat to harvest it. Once you harvest that wheat.
I've lost a scout from Athens, so be careful because they're obviously going for us now.
Yeah, look, obviously, I declared war on them, so I would expect that. My scouts are going to be much tougher for him to kill because they get +5, being that it's on America's home continent.
So yes, so I've got my worker ready. What did you want me to do now? I'm going back to the harbour on Rome.
Good idea. Yeah. So what's building in Ravenna right now?
Settler in 2 turns and a growth in 1 turn next to the entertainment tab that you gave. But I need to wait for the Colosseum. I'm going to wait before I do it.
Yes. There's no rush.
I've just settled Lugdunum for 6 turns to the builder. It just seemed like the most obvious thing to do because there's nothing else it takes too long to do anything else there.
Yeah. No, we're getting these cities up really nicely. You'll have the 6 up that I pinned. 6 cities by turn 40 is pretty good. All right, so you can see where I've just moved the settler, just north of Washington and a little bit north and a little bit east of New York. It's going to settle right there where it is. It's off freshwater, which is a bit shit, but it's got 2 banana tiles, 2 of them, and I can build an aqueduct on the hill directly to the west a bit later on, so I'll get full housing eventually for that city anyway, so I'm not too concerned that it doesn't have fresh water at this point. Just moving my horses in now to take care of Hong Kong. How many charges does that builder have? I might leave him for now. He's just going to improve that cocoa, so I'll let him do that. No point springing the trap too early. Okay, I've got another settler in Washington. So many settlers. Where do I want to build? I guess I'll keep expanding along the coast here.
I'm going to have currency next turn.
Great. Once you've got currency, plant your commercial hub districts that you want to build. Plant them as early as possible. You don't have to complete them. Don't have to finish them. You can finish them later. Yeah, you want to get your commercial hubs up, Congo. We got beat to commercial hubs this game. I guess the other civs were going more eco than we did. So the first great merchant is probably going somewhere else. Yeah. So when you get those commercials up, it'll be insane gold per turn. No, you only need them for the great people points. That's it. That's all. You know, you don't need them for gold. You got oodles of gold. I'm going to go towards apprenticeship. Start getting some extra production from my mines. I need to build one more mine. Yeah, where am I going to do that? I guess up Carthage is the only spot.
Do you think at any point I should be worrying about my iron or lack thereof? I know I have one down the bottom, but I won't be able to have any access to it.
You know, you're going to continue settling north. I'm going to give you the whole the whole western part of this area is all yours.
Okay.
I'm not going to settle in your direction at all. I'm going to continue settling up towards Greece and Congo. Really got screwed on space, but given that it's a team game, I can just give you the space. I have to say, Monado, if this was a free-for-all, I would have killed you.
Why?
Because you're in a corner, and you roam, and you're dangerous. And I would have boxed you in, I would have forward settled the shit out of you. You might not have even been able to get more than one city out.
Yeah.
Roam are dangerous. It would have been hard to kill you because look at that one tile pass. Like it would have been difficult. I would have had to maybe even go shipbuilding to get units around you, but I definitely would have at some point, or at least I would have boxed you in so you couldn't expand outwards.
Yeah.
Seems like my scout's not in a hurry. Let's give him another promotion there. God bless America. All right, so I've got Philadelphia now where I can build another excellent campus, +2 campus on the river, which I'm definitely going to do.
Thank you very much for the support. I really appreciate it, and I'm sure the SunZ staff for this event do as well. Really
so now that I'm waiting one turn for Avner to finish before I do our next
I hope
thing,
you're enjoying it as much as I am.
What is the next thing that I could do?
What do you? Oh, let's see. You got the builder there.
I've done currency, so I've got this. I don't know what's next. Really, the most appropriate thing.
Plant a commercial hub in Arretium. Up to you where you place that.
Okay.
Consider your future district placement and how you can best take advantage of the adjacency bonuses.
Okay.
Might even be worth planting a commercial hub in Rome, maybe on the tile that's adjacent to the city centre and the harbour, because if you get those three in a triangle, you're going to get bucket loads of gold from that.
Okay.
But obviously, you're not going to finish those districts now. You might actually continue building the commercial hub in Eretrium. It's not like you have anything else to build there right now, so maybe finish that one. But with the one in Rome, definitely don't finish it yet.
So being that I'm not doing offensive, shall I just study something not so offensive? I mean, I've got shipbuilding for the wheel in 2, masonry in 2. Something.
I mean, go with what you need. And right now, I think what you need is eco. So maybe start heading towards universities so you can get them up eventually. Whatever you think you need. Apprenticeship might be a good one for a industrial zone. It really is up to you at this point. I can't sort of advise you 100%.
Okay.
You're obviously going to be focusing on the naval, so shipbuilding might be a good one to get going. We haven't really scattered our enemies to the point where we know whether or not we can even access them. I mean, it doesn't look like a lot of their cities are on the coast at this point, but Ephesus is, so that's something we could perhaps hit him with naval. It's a long way to go, but it's potential.
Okay, great, thank you.
Well, thank you very much, Team 1, for pointing that out. I really hope some of our viewers got a lot out of that.
Yeah, I hope so. That's the idea.
Over there.
How go the war efforts, Team 2?
We're just congratulating
Looking pretty
ourselves on a
good.
win.
Yeah, we're thinking it's going to be a win for us. Take over one Civ, and I think we have almost half the map to ourselves. Let's see. Yeah, I don't think Germany didn't really expand too hard. He looks like he's got some, like a really rough start. Tundra, not much to go on, I guess. It doesn't look like he has apprenticeship done, or I haven't seen any of his mines yet, so I can't tell. So I don't see the Hansa Bonanzas yet. Yeah, other than that, I think our next goal is to head east. I think you could actually kill Jerusalem. That should be your next target now that we found that city-state. I'm going to try to get suzerain of Stockholm and kill Buenos Aires and keep expanding. We've got a settler coming out of Pella, hoping to go north on that. There's like incense, a 3-2 banana. Looks like there's a +3 campus adjacency, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like 9 tiles north of his cap. It's going to be his next settle.
Certainly looks like Macedon will be sitting in a fairly good position after this war. Where will he be pointing his troops next?
I'm thinking he goes north. There's like a 2-tile pass, you know, kind of by Nomad's scout. Let's try to settle up there. I mean, we could probably take Zanzibar and then really hold Congo back. Then it kind of gives us this whole continent to expand and settle.
Definitely.
Can I warn the other team and kill the scout that's drinking?
Yeah, if you want to. I don't mind.
Any advice out there for any of our viewers that might struggle with early game warring?
Beeline bronze working. That's like the go-to #1 best thing to do. I think as long as you beeline bronze working, then you usually, it gives you the option to go for swords to defend or to get a great general if you need to. It helps you find iron where your cities are. Yeah, I think that's just like the #1 thing to do, in my opinion. And then for civics, you probably want to do craftsmanship, so then you can build a few warriors quicker. And then once you have those built up, you just a sec. Yeah, so once you do that, yeah, you want craftsmanship so you can have the Agoge military policy card, 50% production towards ancient and classical era melee ranged units. So you build a few warriors. Each swordsman is roughly 40 gold. So plan for that. Get some gold up, get a trade route, send it to like a neighbor or a city state, and you'll have like +7, +8 gold per turn. And then once you're there, you just kind of go kill some city states, go kill a neighbor that doesn't expect it, like Russia. He doesn't have any strategic resources, so he can't really defend. I mean, I think his team could give him something if his team was, aware and paying attention. But I think right now he's kind of just floating dead right now. And then, yeah. Is there any other questions?
No, we have none from chat at this time, so thank you very much for that.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, Sarge, Macedon is pretty good. It just requires them to get a great general.
Well, the third team, it gets split. It always does it like that.
Oh, okay. There's an unfair advantage again.
Well, it's just custom maps are better for spawns like this. It can be controlled. Just in time to see the death.
Oh, I've been watching the whole time. You're trying.
There was just nothing I could do, really. Not against that Civ. I might have had a chance if I would have went Persia.
Macedon's window of aggression is very early, and even then their follow-up from their Hatteroi to upgrade into Knights is very strong because it's cheap to upgrade for them.
Yeah, with that warrior they can actually stand toe-to-toe.
I actually have a game uploaded on my YouTube channel where I held a one-tile pass from an England with the Hypospist, and I got it all of its promotions. And with
wow.
2 warriors behind it, it had like 70 combat strength or something stupid like that, because I had a general over there too.
That's ridiculous.
And that's just
right.
defending. And it was on a wooded hill, admittedly. But there was just no pushing it. That thing could hold cavalry.
Yeah, because it's position and then the general. Yeah, we were talking about the game plan for them. The Greece is trying to get a city down on that coast where the settler is, and another city where the salt and the gypsum is on the desert coast. Try to mass encampments to make a wall with those mountains. Germany's so far out of the way, I don't think there's going to run there to attack him, so his best bet is the Hansa Science Sim City.
Yeah.
But I still doubt he's going to be able to compete. We got what, Aztec over by himself, more than likely. I can't see it, but I'm sure he has a fair bit of city. And then Rome and America are far left by themselves. It's going to be a rough game.
Mm-hmm. Well, if you do die, are you planning on joining the stream, or?
Yeah, I'll hop up there for a minute.
Oh yeah, definitely do.
I'll come up to the lobby.
And you can tell us, like when later, later after the game, how the spawns of the other people, what they were in comparison. I'm curious to see where everybody started out and how they went.
Oh, I am too. I'm really curious to see after I die.
It was
well, we know what happened to Macedon, Macedon's capital.
Oh man, he's being so cheeky. He's double general. He's got them right there on the borders.
They're not stacked.
No, they're not. He's walking a real fine line with.
Hey, thank you very much for the support.
Just to put his general there.
I'm sure he did.
I really appreciate it. I know the SunZ.
I couldn't do nothing to stop it either way.
Hope you guys are learning a lot from this. I know
it's all rhetoric at this point, but.
Oh, I've seen some pretty cheesy things. I was in a team game with Blade, and he bought out 3 tiles, and then used the merchant for another 3 tiles, and walked the general 6 tiles away from the city.
Oh man, that's some cheesy pizza right there.
I was on his team, and I wanted to tell him not to do it.
right out of the book as death, right?
I guess that's one way to call it.
If he was here, he would approve. But yeah, that's just what you. I mean, knowing your neighbor, the Civ, and knowing the unique unit, especially when they're aggressive, all you can try to do is get the counter up as soon as possible. But it's so hard with certain Civs because they could go either way. I expected him to go horse first, not the sword unit, and I was wrong and paid for it.
So, Blaze, what would you recommend to other players out there wanting to learn Russia and end up in similar situations? Not necessarily the same, but how should they go about trying to hold the line?
Early game aggression like this?
Yes.
If you're in the similar situation and you see a player drop a city right next to you like I happened to me, know you're getting hit. Walls and encampment as soon as possible. See what civ it is, study them on the help tree, try and find the counter to their strongest unit at the turn. And when you get that early aggression, I tried to push. I tried to hit the city hard first. I knew I could spam archers really quick. So that was my goal. My goal was, I thought he grabbed that horse tile. I figured he'd go for the horses first. So I knew that would take at least 8 more turns before he could pump that out. He went swords first, which that wasn't what I was betting on. If he would have got a horse out first, I might have been able to grab that city, set up defenses around it. But I played into it. The best advice I could give is don't wait. The second a city like that drops, you have a window of 10, 12 turns to counter. And if you lose that counter, that's just what you got to gamble on, Who crashed?
Mass
Sarge.
Oh.
Do you think I still have like a chance if I'm left alone?
Hey, Germany?
Yeah.
Problem is, you have to get such a terrible start with the cities. I mean, you have 3 or 4, but I mean, I'm sure Aztec has at least 8. And even if you have every city with both of your science upgrades, all he has to do is do a little bit of work, and he'll double your science output. At this point, it's about all you can do is try to go science. And unfortunately, they're just going to beat you on it. I don't think you're going to die anytime soon, but I don't think you're going to be able to compete in the late game either.
Yeah.
Greece is in probably just as bad a pickle as I am.
So, Blaze, I just want to let you know the AI did move his stuff and stack his generals, so I told him to move those when he gets back in.
Like I said, it's all rhetoric at this point.
Yeah, but you're being a good sport about it. That certainly counts for something.
Well, that's all you can do. I've had my fair share.
Yeah, I mean, we knew it was coming, didn't we, really?
Within the first couple turns, I figured it out.
I think maybe it would have worked better if we'd go for iron working and then try to counter his swordsman with a swordsman of your own.
But the thing is it's so... No matter which of the 3 ways I could have went, all you would have had to do is sidestep me. If I would have went swords, you just would have went horses. If I would have went horses, his horses beat my horses. Especially with the general off the rip.
It's tough. I mean, spawning so close to such a war. Civ.
They just had a great coordinated. If I wouldn't have, I would have had crossbows. But because Aztec snatched that builder, I didn't get that quarry down. I didn't get the boost to engineering. And that's what just took it out from underneath me. Boosts are so important in early war.
Oh, absolutely. And throughout the entire game, they make a huge impact.
I mean, because if you start a thread, you know, if you're someone tries to tell you that Scout's builder can make or break a game, just watch one builder getting lost completely flip my game around. And for people that don't build a lot of Scouts and don't push that heavy, that's exactly what you're missing out on, is stuff like that.
Man, I'm starting to explore the Aztec area, like Yoshi's area. He's got bananas coming out his butt.
That sounds horrible.
I don't know. I'd take some. I would have traded him.
Well, alright, Team 3, we're going to let you go for now. Good luck on the defense plays.
Thank you.
I'll see. Oh, I just got a Fraxis crash.
Oh, so did I. Holy shit.
Yeah, so did I.
Yeah, we all got that.
Failed hot join.
Oh, God.
That'll be a re-lobby. Since I'm irrelevant, I'll ask. I probably don't even need to load in at this point.
Blaze, do you want to just CC it? We're pretty much won.
Yeah, I'm dead in the water, man.
Let's get everyone up here. Everyone lobby. Get everyone from the teams up here in lobby. Teams want to discuss the CC. I want to see how everyone feels about it.
Rolf, we're talking about a CC.
We're just playing here, so it's fine to CC if you guys want to move on to something else. I'm happy to call it a day there if everyone's had enough.
Yeah.
I'm also happy to keep playing if people want to keep playing it out and keep talking about stuff. The whole point of this is just to learn and practice. So it's up to you guys.
I was explaining to the stream just how detrimental losing that builder was to me.
Oh, really?
You completely killed my crossbow tech. I lost my boost. Couldn't build the quarry.
Well, I don't mind. I mean, this is a practice game, isn't it? So it's about getting the new people, including myself and others below, to learn and understand what we're doing. And if we start a new game, then we'll just be starting again from the beginning and not advancing anymore.
I mean, if we're calling this game, I think that'll be it for today, and we'll do another one.
Well, if other people still want to play, I mean, Sarnith, you're free to go, but we can continue. Maybe smaller one. We could do that.
My concern with loading the autosave is because of the issues that have occurred in the past with crashes like that.
What's happened?
Because we've had people come in. Remember what happened? Yeah, because remember you lost all of your units.
Wasn't that because a player had died though? If we all load back into the same slots, would it be all right?
Yeah. Are we having one go at relobbying? Are we? Just so I know, because I need to clean my files. Then I forgot.
Yeah, delete all your folders.
Always delete your folders.
Can I do something? Because I'm not really learning anything, and this game's taking fucking ages.
Yeah, I mean,
look, I understand if other people want to play on, but
that's fine. You don't have to stay any longer if you've gotten everything out of it that you think you can. I mean, the reason it's taking forever is because we are.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not complaining about that. I understand how you're doing it and stuff. but when I'm not really learning anything, it's
Yeah,
like
absolutely, man. I mean, it's open to all, and for as long as you want, stay for as long or as little as you like. It's not a ranked game. There's no penalty for leaving or anything like that. So, thanks. If you want to go, that's totally fine, and thanks so much for being a part of it.
yeah, no problem. It was a good idea. I think it's next time we should do like difficulty things. Do like a beginner's one and then like an advanced one.
This is our goal. We need more people to turn out to these events, and we'll run 2 games at the same time, and we'll have one for more beginners and one for more advanced. I hope people are getting a lot out of this. That's our goal here. The last time we ran one of these games, it was all new people, so the format perhaps would have needed to be a little different today. I'm looking at the lobby here, and I'm seeing most people who have some experience. There's not a lot of total noobs here, but there are some people that are very new to the game, and we want to give them every opportunity to learn and explore. And to
I understand.
Fully to them. So
it's like with Sarge, I think he's learned a lot.
Yeah, exactly.
Just sat there, like,
I sure hope so.
It's been good. I think all the new people, I can speak for them as they don't speak. Like, I'm class myself as a new person, even though I've played games. Or should I say, maybe throw myself in the deep end, got involved too early in things that were with advanced people. But regardless of that, I've learned loads from Rolf and everything today. Like, it's about settling on tiles. I didn't know about that. About putting down your hubs, but not actually building them yet, just putting them down. Things like that I never would have known that everyone else around me was doing. Hence why I was losing out all the time. So from my point of view, it's been really beneficial to have this, because the little things that you all do and take for granted, us new people don't know. Therefore, we're constantly behind.
Well, let's have a go at relobbying this for those that want to continue. Anyone that doesn't want to continue, that's totally fine. We'll just continue with an AI. It doesn't matter that it's unbalanced in the game, because we're not going for a win here or anything. We're not trying to get points or ranks or whatever. We're just going to keep playing for as long as people want to.
Yeah, that's cool. Right, I'm gonna leave.
Thanks
for hosting it and everything.
Carlos and Nomad, thanks so much for joining us today. Hope you got something out of it. And if you have any feedback or suggestions for future events, please post them in the SunZ Discord or message an admin of SunZ, and we'll definitely take those comments on board for next time.
Yeah, will do.
Bye, Nomad.
See ya.
I'll be leaving too. Sorry to my team, but I don't think we really stand a chance, and I'm kind of tired.
No worries, man. Okay. Thanks for playing. Same deal. If you have any feedback, please post it in the SunZ Discord or message an admin. And thanks again for joining us today.
Yeah, sure. Thank you for hosting. Bye, guys.
Let's thank Sarnith for that, and Blaze. Of course, Blaze was going to be our host until it fucked up the mod. But Sarnith is hosting and casting it. We really appreciate that, Sarnith.
Well, thank you. Thank you for the opportunity.
So we've got a few more people to get into the lobby now. If we're going to be continuing, just go ahead and join, guys. No need to call in one by one, because we're re-lobbying and everyone has assigned slots. So Yoshi, Blaze, and Monado and LDG, go ahead and join Sarnith's lobby after you've deleted your folders whenever you're ready.
Well, I'm dead in 2 turns.
Oh, really? Wow. Oh, gosh. What's going on over there?
A bloodbath.
Bloodbath, yeah.
You want to rejoin then?
Sorry, Blaze. There's no other way to put it.
Just let Yoshi kill the AI instead, or whatever.
Yeah, he can just.
Not me. It's Sarge.
Wow, Sarge is killing it. Nice. I love it.
I've never played with Sarge, but judging from what other people have told me, this is like 180 degrees of his usual play.
But you know what? I mean, Sarge was in our first training game, and he got the worst spawn in our team. He was Pericles, so we're like, yep, Pericles, going to get some envoys, going to get some culture, going to SimCity. And he spawned between America and Russia, and they teamed him. And he held them out for the whole game. Like, we were just, we played it, we played it out to turn 50 or 60 and then called it a day, and he just held them. So he's getting lots of experience of war today. which is one of the hardest things to practice in this game. So often games get called before you really have a chance to have a good war, and it's something that gets much easier the more experience you have it. But it's really overwhelming for new players when they're in a game with someone like Philly or Lixie, or when he used to play Red Phoenix. I remember some of my first games with those guys. I was getting first moved like it was making my head spin how crazy fast these guys were. Esdet's quite good at that too, although his action's not
hey Dolce, how's it
amazing. But he can be very brutal in war. So yeah, you've got to practice it. You've got to practice it to get good at it. And late game war is something I still don't have very much experience at. I'm a total noob when it comes to modern atomic and information era war, because I've hardly ever done it. Games don't often get that far.
Yeah,
just waiting on you guys to join the lobby. Still waiting for Monado, Yoshi, and Blaze. Once you guys are in, we can kick those last 2 slots, and I mean, Carlos is Gorgo, so they're going to die.
This is
they're just going to die.
By SunZ, Clan.
I could probably kill him with my horses.
We figured you were.
They invited me along.
You were going to hit Greece.
So it was a lot of fun.
I mean, I wasn't going to do it straight away because all I've got is horses, and they're pretty much irrelevant now. I mean, turn 40 something. I've been farming those 2 city-states for experience, so I've got a level 3 horseman now, and I've got 5 total, so I'm hoping to get 5 level 3 horsemen out of this. And then I was just going to beeline Cav, upgrade him, and roll over him.
Sarnith, are you going to put the stream on your video list?
Absolutely.
Cool, because I must say, I've been a bit left out of it completely, and I haven't got a lot out of the game, so I'd love to see if you've commented on other people's plays and stuff to see if I can learn something.
Sure. What civ are you playing?
Germany.
All right, I will be more critical of your area then. I've kind of been going from channel to channel, letting the teams speak and the players speak.
Who have you got on your team? Who have you got on your team, Rocket?
Blaze and Carlos.
Cool. All right. Blaze has probably been a little focused on his own situation, I guess, if he's getting attacked by Russia. What I can do is...
He's getting attacked by massive...
Sorry, if he's getting attacked by Sarge is what I meant to say.
Yeah.
What I can do, Rocket, is I can give you some help and advice, but obviously I won't be able to see your lands. I'm not on your team, of course, but the point of this game is not to win. So once we load back in, feel free to ask me for help and advice. You might just have to describe your situation, but I'm happy to help out.
Yeah, if Sarnith concentrates on me too, I reckon that's going to be really helpful.
Yeah. Sarnith can jump on your voice channel there.
So, sorry to the other teams, I'm going to be neglecting you guys a bit. I'm going to hang out with him.
Yeah, no problem.
Are you hanging around, Blaze, or are you going to head off?
Sorry, I was going to hang out with...
Waiting on Nomad.
Nomad is gone. So
he left, that's right. So I'm going to remove all the remaining players in here since they left.
Yeah, no problem.
Oh, I can't kick him.
Should be able to.
Uh-oh.
Won't let me.
Wonder why.
Interesting.
Oh, hold on. Haha! It was a graphical bug. I had to go to setup and back.
Ah.
Is Alex still streaming?
Absolutely.
Hi, stream.
Hi, Mom.
I made it, Mom. It's finally in there.
Alright, should be ready to go here. You'll want to break off into your channels, that'd be great.
No worries.
I'll be back in a minute, Sarnith, and I'll have to jump.
Sure.
Do you mind if I stay in here, Sarnith?
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
I mean, Blaze is almost dead and Carlos is gone, so I've got no one on my team anyway.
Yeah, sure, you can hang out up here. It does take me an extra minute to load in because of how the mod works. Because what it does is it looks at every individual tile on the map and tell it to reveal it to me.
Yeah, it's all good.
Not the most efficient system out there, but it is the best one we got right now.
I can't believe how quick Hanses are to build. They're insanely cheap.
Oh man. And when you get once you learn how to do your adjacencies properly, you'll drop commercial districts that just don't make any sense at all to most people. And then you'll just start slotting Hanses around them. Because you want at least 2 districts adjacent to each Hansa.
Right. 2 commercial districts.
2 districts. If you can set up a diamond scheme, you can set up what they call a Hansa Bonanza, where you settle 3 to 5 cities really tight knit together, and you drop all their commercials and Hansas in the center between those cities in such a way that they're all giving each other stupidly good adjacencies. And once you get to the Guild Civic and you use the card for 100% more adjacency bonus to industrial zones, those are your Hansas. That's where you see the plus 14, 16, 20 Hansas.
Oh my god.
So a definite must do for you personally if you want to learn Germany, go talk to Rom. He is a moderator in our community, and he knows Germany like the back of his hand. He's probably the best Germany player I know in our league.
Yeah, radio.
Lixie's another good one to talk to. Philly Boy plays a pretty good Germany as well.
See, I find some of the players talk to me, but others, like, I've played a few games with Philly Boy, and I've tried to kind of just get advice from him and stuff, and he seems to get wrapped up in stuff. And he gets pretty dark when players team up on him too.
Alright. Let's take a look at your Hansas right now. Well, thank God Gorgo sent me a warning. Denounce me, please. Let's see. Your Ulm Hansa is in a good spot. It's going to have double adjacency from those commercials there. You should probably put Dortmund's on that 2-1 woods tile. Clear the woods.
Yeah, that was my plan.
When you buy that tile, go to build a builder or whatever and chop the woods just to get use of it. Don't waste the tile.
Yep.
Is this the same game still going on?
Yeah, it sure is.
Let's see. Because you never want to waste tiles, especially if you're going to end up just knocking them out with a district placement or something later anyway.
So I'm thinking in Heidelberg, I'll put my Hansa in that wooded square next to, just to the east.
You know what does the Hansa little hover bonus do when you select the Hansa? When you put it in that 1-1 tile between the 2 copper.
It gets +2 at the moment, but that's not including any mines.
Because that +1 tundra on the river is 3 away from Heidelberg. And if you buy that tile, put a commercial there, and put the Hansa next to it and between the copper, and let's say you settled another city, what? Actually, you could do all sorts of stuff here. You could settle another city either near your galley on the other side of the river, because that's to be at least 4 tiles away, city center to city center. Or let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. You'd settle on the 1-1 next to the copper between the 2 mountains if you wanted. But the point is, you want to coordinate between at least 2 cities with your Hanses if you can, because that's going to greatly magnify their effectiveness.
Yeah, they get +2 from the commercial hubs, but only 1 from resources. So yeah, that's why the commercial hubs are so important.
Yep, and you want to have at least 2 commercial hubs touching. When you drop that next city somewhere on the other side of the river there, wherever you choose to place it, you're going to want to place your commercial hubs. Let's see. Trying to think of the best way here. Damn. You know what? Okay, so I'm gonna put pins down that you can see here. And they're all gonna be east of Heidelberg.
Yep, cool. Ta.
Okay, now I've placed down 2 commercial pins, 2 Hansa pins, and a city pin. The Hansa and commercial pin that are closest to the city, right, that are next to the sheep, those are going to be the districts for the city being planted below the sheep. The Hansa and commercial closest to Heidelberg will belong to Heidelberg. They are 3 tiles away, so you can buy out those tiles. And you're going to want to work all 3 copper mines, but you don't have to do that now. You can do that afterward. You should be spending a ton of gold doing this. And that is one of the unfortunate sides to really making the German machine work, is you have to dump a ton of gold into buying up tiles.
Yeah.
But once you get adjusted to making your Hansas in these positions, you'll learn to get to Hansas quicker, to get commercials preset faster, to save up your gold for those certain timings that you know are coming. You'll just get a better feel for it, and you'll know.
Yeah, it's like learning the basics of the civs too. Starts to become automatic.
Like with Aachen and Magdeburg, I'm not fucking German, I don't know what it's called. Anyway, with the city above your capital and your capital, had you put the commercials and Hansas closer together, they would have shared their adjacency bonuses in such a way that they would be stronger than they are right now.
Yeah, totally.
And you'll definitely see that once you get that little diamond set up, and that's only a two city Hansa Bonanza. That's not a 3 or the unholy pentagram of the 5 city Hansa span.
But I could make it a 3 if I go and put a city up to the north on the snow.
You could, but in order to get it to grow, because it'll have no food, right? You're gonna have to make all of your traders go to that city and trade out to get food, or it's just never gonna grow.
Yep.
But you're going to notice in Ulm, Dortmund, Heidelberg, and whatever that extra city is going to get called, those Hansas, once those are up, compare those to your Hansas in Aachen and Magdeburg. After the commercials are up too, to give it the adjacency. And then look at the ones in Heidelberg and that extra city again once those copper mines are actually mined. Those Hansas are going to be a lot bigger.
Mm. So you get the adjacency bonus for the copper being a resource along with it being a mine, do you?
If you hover over, if you open the tech tree, scroll out to our apprenticeship, and hover over the industrial zone symbol for the Hansa, it'll tell you exactly what you gain for your adjacencies.
Oh, it doesn't actually get an adjacency bonus for mines. Is that right? Like the normal traditional industrial hub gets an adjacency bonus for a mine?
Mm-hmm.
But the Hansa doesn't. Is that correct?
Sorry, I'm eating. Alright, so the Hansa. Sorry, I'm eating an ice cream takes me a while. My teeth are sensitive to cold. But anyway, gets +1 production from each adjacent resource. Gets +1 production for every 2 adjacent districts. Gets +2 production if adjacent to a commercial hub.
Yeah, so there's nothing for mines. All I get confused with is because the industrial hub, if it's not a Hansa, if it's the traditional industrial hub, they get the adjacency bonus for mines.
Yes, and quarries. But this lets you plan out other Hansas in other areas. I mean, look, it's resources. I'll use generic resource. Not, you know, copper or cotton. It's resources. All of them.
Yeah.
Diamonds, cotton, fucking marble, all of them. All of them give a +1.
Yeah.
If you've been watching any of the matches for the TCL tournament I've been casting, the Germany players have been able to drop +22 Hansas.
That's insane. So we're having trouble with the game now?
Yeah, it's fucked because a player died. Damn it.
Yeah.
It's this mod, I mean...
You thought this would happen.
I mean, we reached out to Hellblazer. We're waiting for him to get back to us about it.
Yeah, in hindsight, we maybe should have left Russia alive for now. But it's all right. I think, to be honest, I think we could probably leave it there. We've been going for 4 hours or so. So I'm happy to just call it a day.
Yeah.
Hopefully everyone got plenty out of the session. And are there any final questions, I guess?
No, just thank you very much for
maybe we could
taking
just
the time.
No worries. Just to have a quick rundown of the strategy of different teams. So our team, the America Rome Congo team, we had a really, really nice spot. We had Congo was the only Civ with neighbors, really. So he was just building some defensive cities, encampments, getting his eco going. He had some commercial hubs on the way to get the bonus points from those. America was just killing city-states and expanding. I had plenty of land, a nice big continent. I was going to kill Greece eventually, probably with Cav, because I had a bunch of level 3 horsemen and I was beelining the Cav tech. And Rome was just on his own in a corner. He was actually going naval. He was building Colosseum, and we were going to build some of those naval wonders because they weren't going to be contested. So we're going to get maybe a mausoleum, perhaps even Venetian Arsenal. Although, to be fair, Venetian Arsenal is usually banned in most games. So, but maybe Lighthouse and stuff like that. Maybe Colossus, because he had autocracy on and was building Colosseum. So we're just going to be the wonder. We thought about getting Updana, but there was nowhere to put it really in his cap. Unfortunately, his cap was in a canal. One tile pass, so it was kind of tricky. But yeah, that was sort of our strat for the game. What about you guys?
For team 2 was take out our neighbor, because Macedon was going to get a great general. So after we got him a great general, his double unique units in the classical era was going to roll over just about anyone, I think. And then after that, he let him settle as many cities as he can. There was a little choke between us and Congo, so we weren't going to push that until probably not Cavs, because it's already turned 43. So maybe tanks, maybe helis. We'll see how far ahead we get. Congo looks like he was about to get Hypatia, but myself and Nubia had I had 9 cities up with like 2 or 3 more coming out. It's killing Buenos Aires. I had Suzerain of Stockholm, building Apadana in my cap, hoping no one was going to take it from me.
Yeah, look, we did consider building it with Rome, but as we said, there's just sort of nowhere to put it.
Yeah.
It was
Nubia's pretty straightforward. You beeline archery, get a couple slingers out early. They're only 30 gold to upgrade, and then you go take over a nearby neighbor or nearby city-states, and you get like way ahead in city count, and that's how you get ahead.
Sounds like him losing that builder prevented him from making a chop that would have given him the machinery boost, and sounds like it maybe lost him the game.
Actually, it was no, it was the boost for the wheel.
Okay.
Yeah. So then he wasn't able. He was going to try to get the stone, which was his only tile where he could improve to get the quarry.
Yep.
And I was like, oh, I mean, there's a builder there. And I wasn't sure if it was a 1-charge builder because I could only see 2 improvements. And then when I got on the hill and I, took it, it was a 3-charge builder, and I was able to take it away, bring it back to my city, and it was nice.
You are actually able to check how many charges a builder has. I think if you look at the builder and see how many actual little dudes are standing there.
That makes sense. I didn't know that.
The number of little avatars that are standing there tells you how many charges you have. So it can be anywhere from 1 to 7. Like I've got a builder right now standing on top of a mine near my city Carthage, and it's just one little dude standing by himself. So he's just a 1-charge builder. But let me see if I can find another one.
Well, other than that, we weren't gonna contest with Congo at all because he looks pretty defensive.
Congo's pretty bottled in there. He's got the Madanza whatever warriors, so they'll be nice for defending against Nubia.
Nubia was
pushing into.
Nubia was actually sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah,
sorry.
Right. We thought that those units might be useful for pushing into Greece, perhaps, given that Greece's unique unit is weak to swordsmen. But in the end, it didn't look like it was going to be necessary. And since he had enemies on 3 and now 4 sides, we kind of thought defensive is better. We can always come and reinforce him later.
Yeah, we were going to push on towards Germany. That was our next goal. I'm slowly moving over there and just getting builders on the way. I think I got like 12 or so builders from city-states, so it wasn't not too bad.
Build a farm.
Yeah, I only took over 2 city-states so far. 3rd one was coming.
Well, I definitely wanted to take this moment to thank everyone who came out to watch. Definitely want to thank everyone who participated in the event tonight. It was a lot of fun to cast, so thank you to the SunZ staff for inviting me to do so.
And thanks for being here to cast at Sarnith. We really appreciate you giving up your time and expertise to help our viewers and to help get the techniques and tricks that we're being discussed here out to a wider audience. Thanks very much. Thanks to Yoshi and to Blaze, of course, and to everyone who came out and helped today.
Yeah, thanks, guys. I appreciate it. And that one-on-one with Sarnith was really helpful.
Well, any feedback, please post it in the SunZ Discord, or please message an admin of SunZ. That's Yoshi, myself, Harambe, Gunslinger, Gangster, or Hannah. We're the admins of SunZ. And we hope to see you guys at the next event.
Yeah.
Yep. And I think Sarnith, you're looking to upload this event, right, to your YouTube.
Yes, I'll be uploading this after I shut the stream off, which is actually going to be in the next 30 seconds. So big thanks to everyone for coming out and watching. I really appreciate all the support I got tonight. I certainly hope that I was able to get all the questions you guys asked to the leadership here to get them answered by the players. I did make sure I got at least all of them that I could see. So big thanks to you guys. I really appreciate the support. See you guys next time.
All right, see you next time.